The silent death is here. Heroes to conquer, dressed in fear. Don't make a sound, don't let them hear. Cause if you're found, then you'll be disappear. I'm coming for glory. This is the only way to be. You've heard all my stories, you know it's in my destiny. No pain, no love, it's a long game, focus. Dive in the war, be the soldier, no difficulty can hold us. Keep looking out for the danger, even from things that we seem to love. Just with a snap of my fingers, enemy turn to dust.
Now keep coming, keep knocking my door. It's the bloodshed that leaves me hungry for more. Always ready for war, feasting on the applause. Cause victory is written into my core. So come on,
now bring it on. I've been waiting for too long. My rage is growing stronger than a storm.
so come on. Can you feel it now? This is what I'm talking about. The craving sound inside my mind for days and hours. I say it loud, say it proud.
I got my dreams in me. Here comes the killing spree. Can't be defeated, cause I am believing. Let victory make history.
There will be pains again, but then we came from it. We never aim the same. Yeah, it's hurricane in my lane. There's raining flame away. If you wanna taste my game, there'll be silent cut. The violent rush, even lights get shut with the direct touch. I need no love, cause I'm the one, and this is my winning song. So come on.
Now bring it on. I've been waiting for too long. My rage is growing stronger than a storm.
So come on, can you feel it now? This is what I'm talking about. The craving sound inside my mind for days and hours. I say it loud, say it proud.
Hi, welcome everyone, I am Leandro Mica e eu quero desejar a todos participantes do Summer League um bom jogo. Good luck to all!
My name is Justin and you might know me from the Live with Masters channel. I would just quickly like to wish all of the participants of AoV Summer League 2021 good luck on that big prize pool, and everybody else so much fun on watching the content. Hope to see you all on the battlefield soon, guys.
Hello, I'm Alfonso Gardeazabal, once again speaking on behalf of the Arena of Valor development team. We've got a great Valor update coming your way, and I'm here to bring you all the first-hand news straight from the development team. We're really pleased to see that the championship, which underwent a major update in the previous update, was well received. One of my coworkers tells me how they competed in every match with friends and managed to win only one championship, making them a single crown champion. Although the competition was very challenging, they say that the fun of competing as a team against other teams was truly something memorable. To players who have won multiple championships, you have my heartfelt admiration. All right then, back to business it is. Let's take a closer look at what we've got for you in this new update. We've always shown zero tolerance towards match-breaking or abusive behaviors. However, the algorithm has always been one of the most difficult to optimize in the entire game. Therefore, we are continuing to improve the algorithm and strive for an ongoing progress so that more bad conduct can be subjected to monitoring and penalties, and in turn create a better game environment for everyone. In this tweak, not only did we optimize the algorithm, but we also increased the penalties. Player accounts judged to be displaying match-breaking behaviors will lose all data from the highest rank and the Seal of Kings. This means that match-breaking players will not only be banned from their accounts, but they will also be immediately removed from the rankings. Their highest rank will be reset to Bronze 3, and the Seal of Kings will be reset to 0. Even while penalizing bad conduct, we've always believed that players with good conduct and attitude deserve to be encouraged and be seen as role models by all players. In some cases, even when they lose, these outstanding players continue to encourage their teammates to do their very best, even when at a disadvantage, and not give up until the very end. Even when defeat is imminent, they just keep being positive. In order to encourage these MVPs that lost, we have made a small optimization. When a player becomes the MVP of a losing team, the stars earned by the losing MVP will be settled first. This is to prevent a situation where Brave points are deducted if Brave points and the losing MVP stars are settled simultaneously. With two powerful creatures dominating the battlefield, the enraged Darkslayer and Drake, those brave enough to challenge them on their own often pay a heavy price for their recklessness. If you've experienced the powerful wrath of these creatures, like me, you've probably wondered what it would be like to command the battlefield as they do and gain the absolute power to crush ordinary mortals. Or do you share the thought commonly expressed in fairy tales where dragons are always fated to be slaughtered by the courageous? Given the chance to become a dragon, can you successfully rewrite destiny and become the supreme dominator of the battlefield? In the new gameplay mode, Morph Battle, you will be given your wish. Players will enter battle as a Drake or a Darkslayer. Of course, we have no intention to turn this game into a monster fight like Monster Wars, Darkslayer versus Drake. We want to retain the core experience of Arena of Valor and combine it with the fun of transforming into a dragon to dominate the battlefield. Therefore, in Morph Battle, you will need to meet certain requirements in order to transform into a dragon. Each transformation requires a certain amount of energy, but basic requirements like this should prove relatively easy, as you can kill heroes, minions, monsters, or towers to charge up. Once the charge-up requirements have been met, you'll be able to transform with a single tap. Although Morph Battle is a 5v5 match, there won't be any restrictions on players using the same hero or the number of dragons on the battlefield. In other words, you can transform together with your friends to form a 5-dragon team. Just thinking about it should be enough to get anyone's heart racing. Just between you and me, the dragon skills are really interesting and will definitely be an eye-opener for you. Whether you prefer the dexterous Drake or the formidable Darkslayer, come try your hand out in Morph Battle. Since the birth of Arena of Valor, players have always been familiar with the profile page. However, due to the existing page design, it hasn't really been able to keep up with the increasingly rich game content menus that have left it behind. With this new update, we intended to have the profile page not only display personal info, but also become a personal social space for every player. The new personal space system allows for better self-expression and interaction with the other players. And you can probably hear my cat meowing in the background. I'm actually going to leave that in because it's kind of funny. Anyway, continuing. First of all, we wanted to create a space where players could express themselves and to be able to freely create their own image and tell their own narratives. What better way can there be to demonstrate your attitude in Arena of Valor than with your favorite heroes? After the update, there will be a 3D hero image display function on the profile page where players can display their favorite hero as well as the most impressive and cool skins they own. Anyone who enters your personal space will be drawn to the visual focus immediately. Additionally, you will also be able to edit and display more personal info on your player card to give other players a more comprehensive understanding of who you are in real life. We want every player to feel genuinely appreciated by others and actively express their appreciation to others as well. Therefore, the update will also come with the addition of a new popularity function for the personal space. You can like other players' spaces and be liked by other players. And you will also be able to know who has visited you. The new footprint function displays visitors to your space and you will know who cares about you. The ever-evolving friendships and bonds in Arena of Valor's battlefields are one of the most important aspects of this game. We hope to see more interesting and heartwarming interactions between those friends. The update will also allow close friends to tag each other, and the tags will be converted into screen comments in their personal space. We have also expanded the relationship items in terms of more methods to gift and better performance. You will also be able to gift relationship items from your personal space and friends list. The gifting performance has also been optimized. It is our wish that every relationship in Arena of Valor will flourish and grow stronger. The main battlefield has always been the module that we put the most effort into. In this update, we've also made tons of tweaks and improvements after going through and processing everyone's feedback. The first is enchantments, as we want the enchantment system to be as rich and relevant as possible within Arena of Valor. The old Visceral Boost enchantment was seldom used due to its limited application. At the same time, it also had a low win rate. In this update, the all-new Alchemy enchantment will replace the old Visceral Boost. By equipping Alchemy, players can get extra gold through attacking enemy heroes or towers. Although the amount won't be much, per instance, it adds up a lot over time, and skilled players can take advantage of this to snowball their earnings. No matter what lane you prefer, or what heroes you're skilled at, or even your gameplay style, no one's ever going to say no to more gold. Additionally, we've also optimized the controls for walking along walls and going through walls, holding onto the ability buttons and the abilities with specific targets. At the same time, the left D-pad now follows dynamically. Meanwhile, we've also enhanced the damage effect of certain classes to optimize battlefield clarity. Details of these changes can also be found in the patch notes of Beta 32. We hope that the update additions and changes in this version of Arena of Valor will bring everyone a fresher and fairer game experience. We also look forward to all of you warriors, no, both, excelling in the game and making new friends. Let's meet again on the Enteris battlefield.
I'll be made for this. Don't let the waste all your time. Strike a line on this. Beautiful light in the night. Anywhere I go, you follow me. Anywhere I go, and the thing we know, the better truth things we told. Even in the middle of a galaxy, I fall. I make the call. I run to a place where lights don't fade. Every day special day in our way. The way in despair, got a love letter to future.
I mean, I could stop.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm here with Yugi PK. My name is Anihi. We're here to bring you a fun match today. It's going to be a best of 7. Yugi, who's going against who?
Oh, it's Team tfsfm against Die Geringverdiener. I still can't pronounce that name. Let's just call them DG.
DG?
Sorry.
All
Yes.
right. So I believe DG is on the right-hand side right now. Is that correct?
Yes, that's what it seems to be, yes.
Alright, so it's going to be TFSM. It's going to be quite a mouthful to say today. TFSM on the blue side and DG on the
Red side.
red side. And they're playing for 3rd place.
Band picks of fairly common: Florentino, Ivy, Kira, and Zip. 4 very meta picks coming out as the bands. And the first pick is locked into the Pura.
Yes, indeed, the Pura. The Pura probably signifying to us that TFSM wants to look at maybe helping out the marksman, just stay safe, farm up, probably playing a dual lane into that Abyss lane.
Yes.
And on the other hand, Annette and Raz is going to be the picks.
Zenka, that'd be quite interesting. Huh. No, it's Liliana. We've seen this Liliana go against Pura a whole lot in this tournament.
Interesting, very, very interesting. I'm not really sure why people like to, why our contestants continue to like to pick the Liliana into the Pura. I find it's sometimes the other way around. Like, contestants will pick Pura when they see a Liliana. But to me, Liliana is a poke mage. And, you know, Pura kind of counters that. You have a couple of pokes down there, and Pura, at least in the early game, is just going to heal up whoever you poke with her S1. So, in my opinion, this is slightly disadvantaged for DG. Now, we do have the other 2 picks coming through from TFSM. It's going to be Marja and Yena. Marja currently has that punish item. I don't think it's going to be a jungle Marja per se. Probably a mid lane Marja or a Slayer lane Marja, and Yena could be the Slayer or the jungler.
Yes, well, I think this is going to be the mid in the Slayer. They probably want to hide the jungle.
That could very well be, yes.
Lubu gets locked in.
Lubu gets locked in here by DG. Now, we do have to remind our viewers, best of 7 series is going to be global ban picks. So global ban picks meaning that you can only play these heroes once throughout the series, and if you get to the last game of the series, game 7, then you'll have a chance to pick them up one more time and play them. But these teams now have to play with strategies. They don't want to use too many of those meta picks out right away in case the other team wants to use them. So you gotta just play it right. Play it just right. You have a Lubu, maybe do you need to put in some meta picks to counter that Lubu, or can you deal with it with the composition you've got currently? We have now a ban coming through from DG. It is going to be the Earl. So that's going to be an early game hero banned out. I think it's interesting for them to do so because the Liliana is a late game, and Earl could probably go against that Lubu very decent. Maybe a Virus getting banned out as well for DG. I don't know, just to make some room for that Lubu.
Yes, Vera's ban would be quite smart, but I'm not so sure they really need to ban the Veras, since I think Yina jungle can actually go quite well against Lubu.
Yes, exactly. And it already might be the case that TFSM is thinking about putting the Yena into the jungle, although we don't have any indication of that currently. TFSM is going to ban out the Chi in response. Not quite sure about the Chi ban. It could be that the Chi, they're already showing that they want to play Yena into the Slayer lane, and then or just like maybe trying to bait the DG to ban out the Varus or something. I don't know. But the 2 bans that are going to come through quickly now is going to be the Thorn, and the Hover is on the Hayate.
No, it's...
They're hovering.
Yeah.
They're choosing one of these marksmen. It's going to be 3. 1 of 3. 1 choose 3. Let's go. Oh, no. Even more. Okay, now they're just undecided about who they want to ban out in terms of that marksman position. If I were to think about it, who do they want to ban out?
Violet. Violet is who they want to ban out.
Violet is who they want to ban out. I would actually let go of the Violet, And the reason is because, you do have that Pyrrha. So Violet is very good at poke damage, right? And, like Joker, Violet, these kind of marksmen are good at poke damage, but Pyrrha can kind of counter that. We talked about it with the Liliana. So I don't know if that is actually really necessary for them to ban out. Maybe a Hayate there would be someone that I would want to ban out a little bit more.
Yes, well, I would say Hayate there, but they'd be wasting Hayate if they picked it into this team, though. So I doubt Team DG would have picked Hayate.
Yeah, we will have to see. That is definitely the things that these two teams will have to be thinking about. Volkoth is going to be our hover here. 8 seconds left until the pick. We did see Volkoth getting played by this team DG last time very well. They were playing in the semifinals. I think I can't remember against whom, which team, but they played this Volkoth very well. It might be into the Slayer lane Volkoth, if I remember correctly, and they definitely did really well, doing all sorts of crazy tower dives. The response now coming from TFSM looks like a Scud jungle, and now a Hayate.
Now they're opting for Wonder Woman. I think the locked in on Hayate is quite safe here. Yeah, they do lock it in.
Well, Hayate should be careful, because even though he has that Purify going for him, I don't think Purify actually trumps the Annette Hurricane Wall. I don't think so.
Yes, Hurricane Wall just does negate the ultimate from Hayate.
Yeah, so in from that perspective, I'm not too sure. But, they need something that looks a little bit stronger here. So they did pick up the Wonder Woman, and they're going to pair it up with a Hayate. It could just be the fact that they know DG has a very strong Volkoth. They know DG has a strong Liliana, like you were talking about earlier, Yuki. And of course, the Lubu there is very scary. So, maybe they just want to put a little bit more into this matchup right now and secure the first win. Final pick is going to be Joker. Interesting. Yeah, definitely not going the way that I would have thought they would want to pick. Especially with the Pyrrha. But, we'll have to see how DG plays out the Joker as well.
Yes, usually when you pick Annette, you want to have a hyper carry. Joker isn't really a late game carry anymore.
Yes, indeed. And again, I was saying is because I feel it would be better if you have someone like, I think Kafni would work very well here. A Kafni who can deal a lot of consistent damage. Pyrrha doesn't really then offer so much protection for whoever, she's trying to heal up. While if you have the Joker, Liliana, that's a very poke heavy composition. You can poke people down, but the assumption there is that they can't sustain. The other side can't sustain, and that the other side would just get poked down. That when your jungler comes, it could be a really easy fight.
Yes, well, let's just hope if this Annette plays it well, she can actually cut off the Pyrrha from her ADC.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Let's hope we see that. We are loading now into the first game of this bronze metal match. DG against TFSM. I should probably switch that around. TFSM against DG. Here we go.
Yes. 3-man rotation coming from both teams. No, Hayate opting to go check the jungle first and probably go and clear his lane.
Some pokes are already coming through from Oct here. It's going to land right onto the Marja there. But that's not going to matter too much, because Marja also has an internal kit to just heal up on anything that her S2 touches.
Both junglers opting to start Slayer side. They want to contest the dragon first then.
They will contest the dragon. They will gank the bottom side here first. It should be good. Here's a little bit of a battle here from the Liliana and the Marja in the mid lane. Marja is able to just position a little bit to dodge that final ability from Liliana, saving her a little bit more of that HP. Yana already going to proxy the wave up top lane.
I would say this is kind of a must-win for Team TSSFM. They put out a very strong composition here.
Top 3 man is going to be hiding in here, ready for the red buff steal. A lot of pokes come through.
And that gets the red buff.
With that little, I think it's a first ability there.
Yes.
Excellent placement. Going to be able to secure that red buff. Wonder Woman, though, still able to get her ultimate up. Excellent work there. Now we see the Pyrrha just healing everybody up, but she is low on mana. And she's going to have to take the time to recall. Oh, here's the open here. That's a lot of stun coming through. Ox getting up the first blood. It all happened all too soon. That was a Lubu jumping over with the red stallion, getting the knockups there from is the Kirito. And then they just are able to pick off the Marja. Marja doesn't have her ultimate yet. That was a death sentence.
Yes, well, that's gonna be quite interesting. They're invading straight away onto the blue buff from Team tfsfm as well. With the Liliana here.
No, here's the engage coming through from the Wonder Woman. Nothing much comes of it though.
With the Annette, they can disengage either way, so...
Annette also reaching her level 4 now, so yes, this is gonna be a time when TFSM has to be careful, because their own support has not reached level 4.
She just did.
Just now.
Team DG has to finish this game quick, but that looks very unlikely right here. And that's trying to poke again.
Putting a lot of pressure onto this jungle side. That was going to be an ultimate baited out there for Liliana to have to, she's going to have to use that to disengage, but no problem. She's going to get that ultimate back up real soon.
And yet they poke really low here. Marja, we've seen be very effective so far in this tournament. Seems to be having a trouble time against this Liliana.
Some pokes coming through now. Marja poked down slightly low.
She still has her ultimate, so she's gonna just walk away there.
Team DG is just gonna continue to engage. There's the bracelet, magic bracelet coming down, but it's not gonna be enough to save Wonder Woman as the Red Stallion just charges through, and the Conqueror also. Hanji's lover is gonna be able to take out Team TFSM's jungle, and they're gonna be able to just take the blue buff as well. Actually, Yena is gonna be able to secure that. Yeah. That's not too bad there, but the jungle does fall. Jungler does fall, and now this Abyssal Dragon should be controlled by DG, no problem.
Yes, as we can see as well, the gold lead is actually shifting to a 1k gold lead here for Team DG. And this dragon probably will go to them as well.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way that TFSM is in a position to really contest that right now.
Okay,
there's the ultimate used by the Volkoth. He's still invincible right now. Getting a bit of heal, he should be able to get out of there just fine. As the jungle
with no HP.
Jungle at the bottom side for TFSM, there's going to be no way that she can be able to pick off the very vulnerable Volkoth right now. You should be trying to look for a trade here. That's going to be, however, a middle tower and a top side tower for a bottom side tower, plus 2 dragons going through that, early game. Currently, favor in DG quite heavily.
Yes, a 2k gold lead. And DG has this lighter earlier game comp, so they have to do this though.
Actually, I think if DG holds on to this, the Liliana would be able to carry quite well into the late game. As long as they can shut down the Hayate and make sure that he doesn't get too fed up, then DG is looking like they have this game in the bag.
Yes, that might be so, but we shouldn't underestimate the damage over time from the Marja. She doesn't seem to do a lot of damage, but actually when you check most Marja's damage over time over a whole game, it's actually quite high.
Here we go. Marja has already the Tomb of the Reaper. They're not going to engage through. Hurricane Wall does come through. It's going to break up the fight just a little bit. Here's another cast of that Hurricane Wall. Hayate is going to jump through after seeing those Hurricane Walls come down, but then here's the control coming down from Kirito. Kirito is going to be able to take out the Hayate. Hayate falls as well as the Joker, and now the fight is going to break up. Oh, hold on a second. As we thought the fight wasn't going to continue, here is I Am Trash. He's coming through with a Volkoth on the horse. He gets off the horse as he enters into the tower. He's tanking up a lot of tower shots, but that is no problem. There's a tower disrupt coming through as Henry's Lover continue to use the tower dive. And with the Liliana is going to be able to get the triple kill onto the Pyrrha. That's going to be the final kill going over, but they want more. They're going to take out the red buff over here.
No,
He's going to be able to take it, though. That's going to be one small thing that TSFM could be, you know, happy about in that little fight and skirmish.
Yes. And here DG starting Dark Slayer here. All the members of TSFM has respawned, so they might contest. No, they're not going to contest.
Here's Yena. She's trying to look for a place to just throw in her little crescent blade there. However, she's not able to find that. And here's the engage coming through. Volkoth once again with his ultimate. He's going right into the backline here. And oh, hold on a second. A lot of fight coming through. And that's Hurricane Wall does come down, but that's not gonna matter. As Hayate goes in with that Kunai Blitz to be able to take down 2 members, but then he's gonna have to fall himself as well. Right now, 3 members of DG is left alive. There's a Drake summoned slightly early. They're not gonna be able to put a lot of pressure here onto this tower with just T here on the support. But Volkoth should be coming in here pretty soon, and they do have their carries respawn now. It's going to be a 5-on-5 now as they try to perhaps take down this middle tower.
I would say they should just try and take this tower and go back.
Stallion already used here, poking people down, and here's the Conqueror. He's underneath the tower trying to just do a lot of dive. Again, the camera is panning with the Volkoth riding right through and being able to push back the Hayate so far. There's another, Yena coming through trying to pick off somebody. He does find the Liliana up front. She's gonna have to fall.
Volkoth just standing there.
Volkoth is waiting for the allies to be able to take down that tower, and unfortunately, he's gonna be able to survive. Here's the Wonder Woman coming out, pushing back the enemies here. That lasso almost landing onto Joker. And that would probably spell the end for the Joker, but she's able to actually get away, luckily.
Well, yes, and this Joker just keep going. I think actually with his ultimate, either way, he probably could have gotten away. Then a small dragon coming out here from Team DG. They are in a dominant lead now, around 6k gold lead. They either could try and push now or just wait for the next Slayer.
It looks like DG might be setting up for the Slayer take here. Oh, hold on. A bunch of people are gathered up in the bottom lane over here. They might want to go for that second bottom tier tower. Maybe they feel very confident with their gold lead to be able to just end this game without taking the Slayer. I think that is it. Right now they're using their immense range advantage to just push Team TFSM underneath that tower. His Pyrrha's ultimate coming up now, trying to heal people up. That's not going to matter as I Am Trash and Henji's Lover. They're just going to jump right through. Again, it's the same kind of play as Yena goes in to try to take out some people from DG as the 2 warriors ride on through, but she's not able to do so this time, and it's going to be an ace coming through for DG. And that could be the game as 2 minion waves come in from the middle lane and the bottom lane. Should be game over.
This
Number
is
1. Not a problem. Congratulations to DG. See, they're going to go 1-0 on this series.
Yes, great gameplay by them overall. I'm now really worried about TSSM because they use a lot of strong heroes in that last game.
TFSM did use the Annette already. They did use the Hayate. Not able to pick up that win for the Hayate. That's gonna be a little bit unfortunate. And there we did see the gold as well. MVPs are gonna go over to the Marja and Hanji's Lover on that Lubu. I think Volkoth was so effective there, played by the player I Am Trash here. His Volkoth is always so aggressive, diving underneath the tower. You saw the early game, he went under the tower against the Yena, picking up kills there, and just really starting to assert himself there.
Yes, the Volkoth allowed them to dive extremely deep there. And with the disrupt timing being perfect, they basically just wiped the entire opponent team under the tower. Well, we are going to go on to the next match here. The damage-wise, Marja actually did quite a lot of damage as we expected. On the team of TSSM and the other side, it was quite split between Liliana, Lubu, and Joker.
Yes, indeed, Marja with the excellent 34% damage there. However, the jungler, Wonder Woman, wasn't really able to just find enough room to actually jungle up her own side of the map there. Constantly, DG was just in her face, and that needed to be the mid laner's job and the support's job to be able to create space. But that didn't happen this game, which was really unfortunate for TFSM.
That's kind of the issue you have when you pick into a Pura. Because the Pura heals is quite strong, but she always needs someone with her. She can't just go help out alone, which is kind of sad. Hello, the teams are not in yet. Hey.
To ban. Blue team's turn to ban.
Alright, now into game number 2 of this best of 7s is going to be the bronze medal match against for DG against TFSM. DG now is going to be on our blue side and TFSM will be on the red side. Talking about the marksmen that were used, it is going to be the Joker for DG and Haya for TFSM. And we're just going to keep an eye on what they're going to build around in terms of their marksmen this time. And the first bans are coming through. It's going to be, listing it out, Ari, Kira, Zip, and Florentino.
Yes, this exact same bans as the last game in the game.
Yes, yes. I guess right now they just don't want to meet up with those 4 characters, and anybody else will do, is what these 2 teams are saying to us. Kilgroth is going to be the first hover. I don't know if they're going to commit to this. They might, but that's going to basically spell out that Kilgroth is either going to be a split pusher or a very sort of late-ish game,
Mid-game damage output.
mid-game damage output jungler. Yeah.
Then it's still up for the chi.
Yeah, off with the chi. It's gonna be slightly more versatile, I think, for me. Slightly more meta here. Tulin is gonna be a fast insta lock here for the side of TFSM. It could be a comfort pick here, judging on how fast that lock came down. And Lubu might get used here. We saw the previous game how well that was used, but we're not sure. It looks like it's going to be a jungle pick. Slightly early for that jungle pick, actually, for me. They could leave the jungle for alone for now and pick into maybe a Slayer lane, since yes, exactly, they've seen the Chi that could be the Slayer lane. They have now the opportunity to perhaps put Tulin into the jungle position as well. It looks like right now it's going to be Roxy, Tara, Malak, and they're undecided.
Yes. But if they go for Malak or Roxy here, they really do need a CC mid laner or support, especially with the Tara here. Tara could be played in support or Slayer lane. And the Slims get covered. Bold move opting to for ADC that isn't in the basically the tier 1 Rohilda.
So previous game DG showed us the Joker, and this time they might be looking like they want to lock into the Brunhilde here. They're going to be the first team to show us the Marksman. Zata gets picked up here by DG. Zata could be playing into the Tulin. I guess that is what they're thinking right now. They're saying that even if the Tulin goes into the jungle, I like my Zata here. And then throwing the ball back to DG to let them decide, well, do you want to put Tulin against the Zata, or do you want to play another mage that could perhaps deal with the Zata a little bit better?
It could be a warrior as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be a mage if Tulin is the jungler.
Yeah, yes, indeed. And you just have to figure out who is going to go well against that Zata. For me, I think right now, I'm kind of thinking that DG can think about putting the Tara into the support and just be a massive tank, you know. Every time Zata wants to fly, you just are there to tank everything up. That could be a really nice counter to the Zata getting up into the air. TFSM could have that option, you know, as a strategy. Now, Scud, Earl.
I would say Zata's not bad in that aspect, but usually you do need a lot more CC on your support. Zata has basically no CC at all.
Zata just needs to get out that damage, and yes, indeed, we do have that Mina though. So maybe when the Mina uses the Dark Dominion, it could be a very nice combo coming through. Earl is gonna be also the TFSM's answer here. Don't know if that's going to be a jungle Earl or a Slayer Earl. Right now, the side of TFSM, their composition looks quite variable. They could really put all of these characters into all sorts of different positions. So right now, DG is left guessing what the strategy of TFSM is going to be. I don't think they're getting phased by that though. They're kind of just saying, okay, well, I'm just going to pick my own things. They're going to ban out the Annette first. They used it the last round. They banned it out this round, and that is a very logical ban there coming out for them because they are going to play the Zata. Hayate and the Kafani are going to be the 2 bans by TFSM.
Yes, quite instantaneous bans there, which means they probably just don't want to deal with that tier 1 type of marksman. Strange though, since the other team did hover Brohilda.
Well, I mean, if they do have that marksman, it's basically gonna be another GG for them, and DG will be up 2-0. So TFSM may be considering their own sort of morale. They want to make sure that they have at least a chance to win this game here. Now, DG also used the Volkov the last round. They're going to ban the Volkov out this round, telling me that they might be playing some less mobile marksmen this round. Something that doesn't need to be afraid of people running in. Well, rather, that needs to be afraid of people running in at them. Now, let's talk about the Alsu here. Alsu gets picked up from the side of TFSM. Alsu into Zata. Alsu can get away from Mina and Chi, but the Zata has quite an incredible reach. So if he gets to just know where the Alsu lands after he disengages, that Alsu might be a dead Alsu.
That's what we would hope for, but I think this Zata might have a big problem here since we haven't seen the support yet.
Red team's turn to pick.
If they picked up Arum or Gilded here, Zata's gonna have a lot of trouble. We could see she swapped after seeing Gilded. She was thinking about maybe getting the Purify there.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Then we have our answer. It's going to be Earl into the jungle, Tara likely into the Slayer lane, Gilder support, Tulan mid, Elsu in the Abyssal lane. And on the side of DG is going to be Zata mid, Violet down in the Abyssal lane, Mina as a support, and jungle Varus Chi top lane.
Yes, and one more thing we have to point out, Gilded and Elsu, that poke composition. Oh my god.
Yeah, I guess they were trying to play into that. They said that, okay, well, Zata, if you're going to fly in there, I'm just going to lock you down. You're not going to be able to get up into the air anyway. And I'm going to play an Elsu Gildir combo to make you pay, get you poked down. You know, that Mina is going to... It's going to have a hard time every time she tries to get into bushes and stuff. Elsu is going to have his sentry around there, and it's going to be a Gildir second ability plus an Elsu raining down on her. She's going to have a tough time.
Yes. I do wonder, though, that apart from Gilder, they basically have no CC on the team of TSSSM.
Minions will be deployed in 5 seconds. Prepare to engage.
They don't have CC, but I wonder if they actually need it. They might be just playing a go kind of composition, especially with the Tulan after he gets his passive up. You should just try, after your Earl and your Gildir and your Tara goes in there creating lots of space, Tulan would just start zapping people around. I feel like that might be what they're going for. But anyways, we are here into the second match of the Bronze Metal match. DG against TFSM is going to be DG on the blue side, TFSM on the red side. DG took the first game, as you can probably see on the score, and let's enjoy this match.
Yes. Gilded is still getting a huge advantage early game as we expected there with the pokes.
Forward.
Oh, that snipe just wide of Meaty.
That's twice now he missed though, so he has to be careful what he snipes. Zata.
There's the Death Seed coming through, but not enough damage, not enough chain CC to control that Gildir and make him pay for all his early pokes. There's Tulan trying to get some sneaky plays, but he's gonna get hooked back. Oh, there is the snipe landing onto Meaty this time, and that's gonna hurt a lot. Earl comes in, he's got his level 4, he might be looking to get his Demon Claw onto that Mina. Nope. This time they're gonna roam down towards Hanji's lover, who's already in the bush waiting for them, but she's just gonna say no and go back. Seeing that epic 4-man roam, it looks like TFSM wants that dragon.
Yes, but she's coming down here, so if they're not careful, they'd be outnumbered.
Demon Claw lands onto only one person. Bone Shaver comes down. Does get a little bit of heal, but not quite enough there. They're gonna have to wrap their tails around their legs and now move back out. Slightly strange on the rotation. We got Tulin and Alsu stuck on the bottom lane over here. Tara thought about the rotation, but the fight didn't break out, so they're gonna just retreat there. Really unfortunate because, you know, for TFSM, their jungler got poked down too low and they could not contest for this Abyssal Dragon.
Yes, well, he went in very hard trying to get a kill, but he just didn't get anything. Great stun by Chi there.
She might be caught out here though, as Demon Claw does come down onto the Chi, and that's gonna be first blood coming through from the Tara. Tara spins up, dealing some of that last true damage. There's also the Thunderbird connecting as well.
Violet should really go back. They have an Elsu.
Yeah, she just wants that final little minion. Oh, she wants more. Elsu's snipe does land, and now she does have to be forced back. Miti will probably try to lock this wave for them, but with Lover and Elsu putting so much pressure, poking her, that might be a tough task. It's going to be 4 members of TFSM moving down towards the bottom. Kirito here trying to get some space and making some plays here, but not he's just going to be discouraged and have to move back by the rest of TFSM moving through. 4-man group now coming down for a gank. They're going to be split up here. It's going to be quite awkward for DG. DG though getting caught out here as Demon Claw does come down, landing onto one person. Tulin down really low. Thunderbird gets off. Here's the pokes coming out from the Gildir as he comes through. Boneshaver lands onto 2 people. He's going to be still very healthy. Here is the Earl. Snipe comes through, threading his way through all sorts of people, finding his way onto the Violet, takes him out.
And they're looking for the first mid tower. Can Varus defend here? Yes, she can.
That was a very, very nice skirmish there for TFSM. They should be able to get this Abyssal Dragon if they wanted to. But then, actually, they recalled, so that's going to be it for their attack.
They died for a very long time there, so they were quite low. So going back is the safer option now. Also,
5-0 here is the score. Elsu gets Death Scythe and a Dark Dominion, but unfortunately that's not going to be enough damage coming through from just the Violet to be able to pick him off. He is on half HP though. That's going to be a 3-on-3 situation down here on the bottom side. Thunderbird does land. It's going to be Ock saving Miti here with her own HP bar.
Yes, quite surprising that the damage from Thunderbird wasn't enough to just kill either one of them there. They were both quite low.
Right now, the itemization, Tulin does have that boomstick. So I guess it is a little bit of a luck of the draw to see if the boomstick was already popped or not. There we go. People are just sniping here onto Hanji's Lover. She's down now to a quarter HP. Violet does have to be careful as 4-man moves down towards the bottom side, trying to catch people out. They just get that wave and they're going to come back out. Dragon gets started.
It's going to get contested here. Gilbert comes in to try stunning a bit. Goes to Arrow.
Arrow is going to be able to pick that one up as Kirito onto the backside, trying to get a pick off onto the Alsu. He does his job and he's trying to get out, but he gets stunned up by the Gildir instead. Boneshaver doesn't connect onto anybody, and he's going to have to back out, but here's the Tulin, and also here's the Tulin coming in. He's able to get off some of that damage, no problem. It's going to be 2 vs 1 onto this Varus. That should be a kill, no problem. All the while, it is the Tara controlling the Chi up on the top side. Tara's ultimate just negating all the damage from that Chi is able to muster up.
Yes, both of these heroes heal up quite a bit, so I don't think they are going to try solo killing each other. Also, they're almost getting caught again.
Yeah, Ock there with a narrowly missed ultimate. should have been able to take out everybody, but here's the Thunderbird blocked by Kirito. He's going to be able to survive just a little bit longer, but Tara with the ultimate is going to jump underneath the tower and find that kill. Here's I Am Trash now. He is trying to push people back, zone people out of his tower. He's going to be able to do so. However, that's going to be the Earl invading into Henji's lover's jungle there. It feels like the roles have swapped from last game. Now it is Henji's lover feeling the pressure in his jungle.
Yes, well, with Gilded and Elsu, they can afford to do that simply because of the range and the poke power from these heroes.
A blue team tower has been destroyed.
Octane has to be careful.
It's going to be a full wave coming through onto the middle tower as Earl comes in as well. There is Kirito does come through with the lane clear. So they're going to save that tower for a little while longer. Tara now moves down to the bottom side of the map as Elsu makes a switch onto the top side. They successfully take down the outer tower on the top lane as well.
And here we go. Doxia just spawned, so now it's gonna be the main objective that both these teams wanna look at. Though
Here's an engage coming through. Dr. Minion does land onto 3 members of the of Team TFSM here. There was the Demon Claw coming through, jumping up slightly at an awkward time there, but Gildir jumps in with his indulgence, is able to control quite a bit of people. Elsu just continues to pressure and damage people from behind. Nobody was on him. Triple kill comes through for Earl.
Quad kill.
Quad kill coming through from Earl. This is gonna be a nice snowball coming through. Lover and Elsu should be able to take down at least 2 towers here, no problem. Wow, that was an excellent team fight over there.
Yes, I'm not sure this tower will go down. I think they should go for Doxia first.
There should be the indulgence coming through from Lover. He doesn't choose to use it. A lot of damage coming through from Kirito. He's able to use his Ascend to be able to clear that lane just fine. It might not be in time now for that Darkslayer push though, that Darkslayer take.
With the gold lead, they can just still go for Doxia and not really have to worry about much.
Here's Tara spotting out Meaty in that bush for the ambush.
5 men and they still couldn't put a dent on the Tara.
A very tanky Tara right now, 6.4k gold. She is quite fed up compared to the side of DG. Here, pokes coming through. Oh, and an excellent snipe onto Oct. Wow, the poke damages came through. Gildir with the massive power surge there. And then it is going to be Elsu, who now has 7.2k gold. He is a quite fed Elsu, and Elsu is going to take away that Violet.
Yes. One more thing we have to point out though, there's no big gold lead coming out from any player. It's just more of a team gold lead coming out here.
Here's the Ascend coming through from Kirito. He's trying to get his 5 dashes. He indeed does get that. A lot of damage coming out, but not quite enough. Elsu fell to the Varus as she engaged through with her own ultimate. Now is Tara on the bottom lane here, taking on the role of a split pusher.
Yes. One more thing we have to point out, the Mina who's been effective all tournament here is really not effective against an Elsu. Oh.
Here's the pokes coming through. Earl does land his Bone Shaver and uses his Demon Claw to be able to get away from Kirito as he tries to get into the air and make the kills happen. And here's Meaty. Meaty does get punched by that Elsu snipe. It does hurt just a little bit, but Meaty seems to be starting to get a little tanky. Still gonna be a while before DG can do anything about it and turn this game around. Here's the Demon Claw coming up. Doesn't find anybody, but the Bone Shaver does. And gonna be able to get that indulgence in there is the Gildir. That's gonna be the Rock Shield. pop there, saving the Earl indeed. Kirito trying to use his 5 dash in that situation. He should probably have just gone for the 3. If there was not enough time for him to do so. But Hanji's Lover here with an excellent ultimate. Second ability lands onto the Alsu, taking him away. That's going to be a nice shutdown kill coming through, and he's going to use his Bloody Kiss onto 2 members. He's going to be able to just keep staying alive, out-sustaining this Tara. Tara tries to jump away, but it's going to be Varus with that ultimate ready. Takes away Tara.
Yes. Now with one tier 3 tower down and one at half HP, Team DG now has to be very careful and wait till late game to get this Violet up to a necessary form so she could face them.
Yes, indeed. Let's be patient to DG. Let's be patient. Wait for the mistakes to come and make your comeback. We saw many times now that the Earl went for solo takes onto the objectives. You saw him soloing the Slayer and soloing the Abyssal Dragon. He has fed enough to be able to do this. Oh, hold on. Here is a big fight coming through. Onslaught does come through for the side of DG. Bear's gonna have to trade her own life for that one. Double kill comes through from the Alsu. He's quite unstoppable now. Nobody can reach him. Nobody can reach him. It's gonna be up to the Zata, but Zata does already fall. He doesn't find any room to be able to get up into the air, and here's another dive coming through. That's a death side coming on to 3 members. Here's a taunt onto also the 3 members underneath the tower. Oh my goodness. Bullshaver does connect onto 2 people, but Oct is gonna already find some damage here. He's gonna be able to put enough damage onto that Earl. It is gonna be the Chi finding the kill there. Tara is going to be the lone survivor of that little fight.
They need to really start, Team tfsfm needs to really start like focusing on the objective, get the Dossier and get that tower down now.
Previously the gold lead was 7k, and right now it feels like it's starting to close. As now DG goes on to the Dark Slayer themselves. Kirito has the vision on Tara, but Tara is going to be able to back out just in time.
Well, at this point, the 2 carries of both teams are probably full build now. So now it's just a contest of skill. Gold doesn't actually matter after the 15-minute mark usually.
Yes, now it is going to be all about skills and macros as Tulan finds almost a kill onto Oct, but Oct is going to be able to stay alive. There's a Demon Claw coming down, and the Bone Shaver does connect onto the Violet and takes them away. Alsu's out there in the back just trying to snipe people there, deal some damage. Here's the Gildir stun coming through, and Indulgence does land. Here is Alsu snipe. That was the combo that you were talking about, Yugi. Yes, Yugi. And takes the Zata away. Here's the Demon Claw once again jumping up into the air, finds Hanji Lover. Here's the Bone Shaver coming onto 3 people, but all that damage reduction is going to be able to do something here. He's still out in the front trying to do something. Here's now 2 tanky members versus 2 tanky members onto each team. Chi with the knock onto the wall. He should have that ability to get back up here, but that's not going to matter. As Lover jumps through, Tara with the true damage is going to be able to find Chi.
Off response as well. Oh my gosh, such a long fight.
Such a long fight indeed. I think the combo, the MVP combo there was coming from Lover, and the Alsu. Indulgence keeps Zata in place after he has already used up his Ascend, and the Alsu finds the snipe. Takes him away.
Yes, but we can see these teams are basically evenly matched when it comes to team comp after that fight.
These fights can go either way, and it's gonna have to be who gets to dish out the most damage. They both have very tanky members on either side. Who can protect their carries better? And that might be that Elsu, with his ability to just stay away from those fights, there's a bit of an awkward situation as the Bone Shaver does land onto the Violet here as well. Hanji's Lover is going to just sacrifice himself for an overextended Meaty. Meaty was so low, he put danger in. He put the Violet and Hanji's Lover into danger, and Hanji's Lover will fall for that. A very, very costly mistake. Now they're gonna go 5vs4. Meaty doesn't have enough of that though. He uses the Dark Dominion there with nobody there to follow up. Slightly wasted ultimate. I am trash now. Going forward, and it's gonna be the dragon. It's gonna be the Demon Claw jumping up and finding the Chi. Ascent comes through, but then another excellent Bone Shaver lands onto 2 members, and now that's the Indulgence finding everybody. So much damage then follows up from the Tulin and the Elsu. Oh no, those were the mistakes that we were talking about over there.
Beres, can she defend?
But Eternity is still gonna help the Tara stay alive. Now the Tulin does go down, but that Tulin is still got deflated Eternity. Ace comes through from TFSM. Congratulations to them as they now set the score to 1-1.
Yes, and as we've seen so far, this is going to be a great match. This BO7, I would say both teams played quite well this game. The Violet got caught up quite a few times by the Elsu, but when it comes to dodging Elsu snipes, it's really difficult.
Yes, indeed. I think for me it was unfortunate the last fight of DG there. We got a couple of characters that it just kind of wandered off too far, and maybe it was a little bit eager to contest some of these objectives. But you got to know that TFSM, they put in the work in the early game. They do have the tower's advantage. Some of those objectives you just got to let go. It wasn't the major objectives like the Dark Slayer, let's say. So if they're going to take the Abyssal Dragon, maybe let them have it, unless you guys are set up to be able to contest for that. But then Meaty kind of found herself out there, kind of caught out, and then the rest of the team had to fill for him, and Hanji's Lover fell for that. Died for that mistake. And then it was just a 5vs4, and there was no way that TFSM was going to let up on that opportunity to win the match.
Yes, I would agree. The only thing I would like to point out though is the items from Meaty there. She didn't get the Troy that she needed against Gilded and Tulin. Those two do a lot of magic damage.
Oh yes, indeed. You saw how fast her HP just fell there in the last time. She just kind of wandered out, and that could be the fact that she doesn't have enough magic defense. She does have the Gaia standard, but against 2 AP, you should really go for that Medallion of Troy for maximum effect.
Yes. Shadow, can you mute us a bit? Thank you.
Okay, well, into the third game of this best of 7 series is going to be the bronze medal match. That was an exciting game that we just saw in the previous game there.
Yes, it was quite a long and exciting game, with very long and drawn out team fights. We're still hoping for the same type of game this one. We have Team tfsfm on the blue side and Team DG on the red side. We would like to take this time to thank our sponsors, Teamy, Trovo, and AoV for the 100k vouchers and the €150 prize in cash. And now see this Roxy going for first pick. Really interesting. And Fawn getting picked up straight away. The bans on both teams are still the same. Both of these teams probably just don't want know something or doesn't want to deal with those 4 heroes at all.
Yeah, it looks like they just don't want to deal with those heroes at all today. Now, I've been keeping my eye onto basically the marksman positions this game because I just feel like they do put quite an emphasis on these marksmen. DG has used up the Joker and the Violet. They're going to be looking at picking up the Thorn this time. We're starting to deplete these marksman pools, and Thorn getting picked up right away before the second ban phase. That could be a very nice choice for them. They're balancing it out in terms of the games, in terms of the early/late game. You got Thorn, who's an ultra late game carry, and Aoi as an early game. There should be a nice little compliment there.
Aoi's going to struggle massively with that Annette if it gets picked up. No, they're opting for Marlock, which means Roxy going to support or Marlock going to support. Since they locked in the Krignak already.
It could go either way. They could also pick up a marksman here and don't give DG the opportunity to start banning out their marksman pool. They're going to lock in on that mid lane. It's going to be an Ignis.
Has Team tfsfm used Violet? No, they haven't used the Violet yet.
TSM used Hayate and Alsu for their marksman.
So I'm expecting either bans on Caffeine and Violet or a pick on Violet or Caffeine to go against that Fawn.
Now DG does have the opportunity to ban them out, so really TFSM has got to be careful. They've also shown their jungle position, so right now DG has no reason to really save any of the 2 remaining bans for or any other players or heroes other than the marksman.
They could still look to ban supports as well.
They could, but right now,
and that Annette
for Aoi. Okay, I can see that one.
And I would say though that the Crash here, I'm kind of wondering, since Fawn is such a late game hero, why would you pick a Crash, which is kind of an early game harder for basically an attacking support instead of a defensive support?
It could be for the Aoi. They might want to create lots of space for Thorn to be able to farm up, and that's going to be up to Crash and Aoi. It looks like early to mid game to control the field and give Thorn space. On the other side, you do have the Ignis, who should be able to, if paired up with a very nice support, should be able to push into the jungles and at least try to limit what Aoi can do, and perhaps even shut down Thorn in the early game. So I guess maybe that's the idea coming out from Crash. Another ban should be coming through now. Scud was the answer from TFSM. They banned that one out. Probably in terms of lane against Roxy. They didn't want Scud against Roxy, it seems.
I think Scud could still can't actually do much against Roxy. I think Roxy has the same lane clearing speed as the Scud. So, maybe
Roxy has quite a fast laning clear, with especially her wildfire. So I'm not too sure, but Dirac is going to be the final ban, as well as the Mina.
maybe they're
It's
scared
very
of
interesting.
the Scud jungle and Owl going for Slayer lane. It's quite rare, but Owl's Slayer lane is actually very good because she can actually rotate really quickly.
Okay. Now, I'm kind of surprised by these bans coming through, especially from the side of DG, because TFSM has not picked up their their marksman, and I think DG could have tried to limit that a little bit, but they do not choose to spend their bans on that.
If it's the Joker blocking, and it does, it is a very early game comp. With Quicknack, basically, the only job is basically to deal with the form. On the other side, they're looking for jungler from Team DG here. We have not seen. No, they're going for Slayer laners. Quite odd.
I do think it's going to be the AoE in the jungle. No surprise there, it looks like, as Omen now is going to be the hover. Omen against Roxy.
It's pretty bad. Omen can't get off.
Yeah, I was a little bit afraid over there. Of course, we could have the Matlock going there and Roxy into the support. We don't know. So, yeah, I mean, it's up to TFSM how they want to do the lane assignments here. But Omen, I wouldn't I don't know.
We look Killgraph though. I'm not a fan of this Killgraph pick against the Roxy.
They would probably, I think for the Kilgrath and Roxy, they would probably just be a 50-50. Now, okay, now it's going to be, it looks like AoE carrying the tower disrupt. So indeed, it might be the AoE going into the top lane. Hold on a second here. We see Iron Trash, he is picking up the Kilgrath. He's generally speaking the Slayer laner for DG. So I think it will be the Kilgrath into that Slayer lane. And then the AoE or Thorn jungle. Yeah, that's gonna be the question. Ox historically has been playing in the Abyssal lane.
No, they're swapping back now.
They swap back, okay. They're giving us quite a variety here in terms of their composition, keeping us guessing till the very end, as now we load into this third match. Is not quite game point yet. It's not quite match point. Right now, DG is going to be your red side team. TFSM is their blue side team. They are one apiece in the scores. We are just about loading into this game. What are your predictions, Yugi?
I predict that if we get to late game, Team DG should be able to stomp completely with the Fawn. A pause coming up. The Fawn, the Killgraph, and the Marja late game, that's ridiculous amount of damage.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And we have the Roxy, who is carrying the sprint item. So it's not going to be as scary as your Flicker Roxy to be able to catch that Thorn. So DG, as long as they can get into the late game, it should be their game to win. Now, of course, they still do have a very early game jungler, the AoE, so they could really snowball this game.
Yes. One more thing we have to point out, though, is, again, both teams opting for a low CC composition. Having low CC compositions mean more drawn-out fights, usually. Because it's a bit more about the chasing of the game. Ignis there seems to be AFK.
There seems to be two members of TFSM right now experiencing some Wi-Fi issues. I am not sure what is going on, but it seems like the match will continue. That's going to hurt for Ignis. Because Ignis wants to be able to get that early game advantage from that middle lane, but
No, it seems like the neither side.
it looks like they're going to restart this match right away.
Yes. We still need confirmation from Shadow here. Oh, okay. Isn't that out of the game completely already? Who's level? Oh, Malak was level 2. No, no one was level 2. What? Same Ben picks. Rise of a boost. Kind of sad it's not in the game anymore sometimes. Like the early game level 2 support Florentino was so fucking funny. Okay. Yeah. Swear. Rise of a boost. Oh, okay. That's why you call him I am trash. Wushu trash. Yes. They should do this quickly. There's no point in. What? They're changing bans? Oh, they're just gonna skip the bans. They don't. Because I saw Fane, that's why I didn't understand. We haven't seen any Sephira this entire time, huh?
Drones will be deployed in 5 seconds. Prepare to engage.
Are we back? Hello guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We are now back with this third game of this BO7 for third place. We see quite a bit of poking coming out from both sides here. Both sides opting for for 2-man or 3-man on one side and a 2-man on the other side of rotation. Ignis here going in for the ally, poking her out, but he instead gets poked up really low. Yeah, we see Roxy and Killgraph also coming in for a light skirmish on the red side jungle. As just like before, we have Team DG on the red side and Team tfsfm on the blue side. Another light skirmish going from Killgraph and Roxy there. Going in for 4.5 HP though, needs to be careful. Clearing this wave and probably should go back.
Now this game we are going to have to keep an eye out on this AoE and Kirknack to see who can get the favorable tide of war for their team. Meanwhile, it's going to be the Ignis to see how he can maybe put a wedge into the plans of this AoE. Right now, we got 3-man there, camped out, waiting for Team DG to make the first move. There's the poke coming through. They spot them out. Team TFSM, they're going to go for that. Oh, Team DG is going to go for that clear first onto the middle lane, and now an engage comes through. There's the AoE with the dragon claw there coming down. Lover with a cleave landing clean onto the AoE, and she's gonna fall right in the get-go. And now it's going to be Team TFSM cleaning up the fight over there. So we have our answer. Currently is going to be Kirknack slightly in the lead against this AoE.
Well, yes. But that's not really surprising. Looking at the team comp of Team TSSM, AoE doesn't really have a target to really want to jump on here.
There's the Thorn, now just clearing the wave very safely underneath the tower. Meaty uses the ultimate metamorphosis, comes through but doesn't land onto anybody, and they're just going to have to back out of that engagement there.
Yes.
4 members of TFSM now onto the bottom side of the map. Kirknack completes the boots here. Should be able to greatly increase his ability to get into some of these fights here. Drone drop comes in onto Meaty, just trying to get some of that poke wherever it can get. And here's Ignis pushing into this tower. Here's the shot coming in, but it doesn't find anybody. Cleave ends up missing people as well. And the Kirknack is out in the back, left hanging, left out to die, and now the AoE is swinging through. That's gonna be her show now, and she tries to get onto her triple kill. Oh no, that was the Roxy coming through, trying to just scare AoE off. It does that job there, but Killgroth is going to be able to pick up that kill no problem. That's going to be a nice redemption coming through for DG. Show is not over. Marja with a very fast ultimate there dodges out the damage coming out from drone drop. There's an engage coming through onto the Malok. Malok is going to be able to use the shock to try and get away, but Kirito does not want to let go of that kill, but is able to get the Dragon Claw onto the Malok, but oh, just one sliver of health.
Yes, on the other side though, the Kirknack gets the pick off on the Killgraph with the help of the Roxy. The gold looks to be about the same with a slight lead coming from Team DG. The game pace right now is really quite fast, which is actually, I think, favorable for Team TSSM.
Here's Kirito. He engages onto the Ignis, but Ignis was able to stun him out a little bit. Dragon Claws goes forward instead, trying to now pick up people up, but then she just ends up putting this fight into two different hemispheres here, as now Henji's lover and the Crash now both have to fall. That was the Joker and the that was the Thorn and the Joker. Sorry, not the Joker. That was the Aoi and the Thorn first to fall, and their tanks does not have much time to live after that as well. Middle tower taken down by Team TFSM. They're looking like they're in a dominant lead right now.
Yes,
there's an engagement coming through, though the drone drop does find the Thorn once again, but he's gonna have to pay for that one. Joker almost down really low as well. He's below half HP. Cleave comes through onto two members. Here is Meaty ending up killing the Joker over there. And this lover was able to use her ultimate Ghost Walk to be able to get onto the Joker there. And she's gonna have to pay her life for that aggression.
But Roxy leaving her lane means Killgraph can start doing what he does best, split pushing there. And that tower does go down.
It's gonna be the tower counts here 1 for 1, slightly in the advantage for TFSM because they took down the middle tower. But if the Killgraph is able to continue to split push, that difference won't matter too much.
Yes, well, mid tower is good if you want to try invading, but it's not wise to try and invade against Team DG right here.
Here, both dragons are up. That's the Abyssal Dragon and the Slayer up now for the taking. But both teams are not yet ready to do that objective. Here's the drone drop coming through, but the Ghost Walk also used up. Here is going to be able to save Henji's lover, no problem. There's Ignis now trying to get some control onto these members of DG. Not quite though. In terms of the items here, the first item to get completed for Roxy is going to be the Rock Shield. Kirito gets a knock up onto the Joker, and she's gonna have to though just Dragon Claw a way out of that one.
On the other side, we see basically Fafnir gets completed by Killgraph, and Yugas is going to be the next item he's looking for right now. Even on 2 items, Killgraph should be able to split push quite well. He's gonna have a bit of trouble against this Roxy though. Still poking her out quite well. Yeah, we see the macro going slightly, I would say, to the favor of Team TSSM here.
DG has a dominant lead in the Slayer lane, but on the other parts, it seems like TFSM does have the opportunity and the tide for them. And here's a big engagement coming through. That's gonna be the Marja first to fall, and now the 2 members who just winded up going in for that engage. That's gonna be the Killgraph and the Aoi are going to be down really low, and they're gonna have to get back over there. That's gonna be a 2-for-0 trade coming for TFSM.
Yes, surprisingly enough, we haven't seen that many anti-heal coming out against the Killgraph. Only the Ignis is carrying an anti-heal currently. Darksayer is probably going to be contested here.
Oh, Kirito getting dragged all the way from the top lane here, but that is going to be a mistake as Meaty opens up the Metamorphosis. Thankfully, TFSM is able to secure that Darkslayer. Lover is going to then just stay up there, zoning out the rest of the team, making sure that the Killgraph, who has that Drake, is going to be able to retreat with his life.
No, Kriknak got the Drake.
Oh, I said it wrong. It's the Kriknak, sorry. Oh, here's an onslaught coming through from the Ignis. Excellent work. Another drone drop coming through from onto the Aoi. Aoi didn't even have time to get off that Dragon Claw. She's gonna fall to the Kriknak. Kirknack now 7.3k gold. He is the most well-fed on this map right now. Kilroth not far behind.
Fawn actually quite fed as well. On the other hand, Joker and Ignis are the two most fed on Team TSSM. This Killgraph slightly overextended, but gets away there. No minions though, so I don't even think they are going to get this tier 3 tower coming from Team TSSM.
There's a swing coming through. It's going to be AoV onto that Drake, just trying to whittle down some of that HP. An engagement comes in. Are they going to fight this one? Yes, indeed they are. They're going to be able to catch off the Matlock before he gets into the air. There's the drag coming out. Angie's Grasp is going to land onto the Crash. The Crash is a little bit too tanky to be able to be taken away right now. That's now opening up a lot of room for the Joker to continue clicking down this tower, and they're going to make that into a very favorable tower push here. One high ground tower down, and all of the outer towers are also down for DG. TFSM looking like again they're in a dominant position for this match.
I would say that they should be dominant right here because they have a way earlier team comp compared to the other team. Here though, Ignis getting caught and shut down and on the phone. That's gonna help him quite a bit. He's at 8.2k already. Basically most bad on Team DG's there. This phone is starting to really hurt now. On the other side though, this Kirknack is finishing off his Fenrir. He's basically gonna have all his attack items.
There's the drone drop coming through onto Oct. Oh my goodness, all that burst damage. Oct has no chance to get away. He already used his dash, and that's gonna be GG probably coming here for TFSM. It is going to be, oh, actually not quite yet, as they're able to clear out that lane. Excellent work there for the side of DG. Kiriko rolls forward trying to find somebody, but it's not there. She's gonna have to back out.
Because they lost Ignis earlier, so even if the phone died there, it's just a 1-for-1 trade. Phone's gonna respawn in 3 seconds. Killgraph here being hyper dominant as we expect. Shuts down the Kirknack and is still going. And gets away. Killgraph probably wants to come back for more.
There's AoE swinging in, knocks up the Roxy, and there's the Metamorphosis onto the Joker, continuing on the CC chain. They're going to be able to take the Joker away. Oh no, this could spell disaster for Team TFSM, as now the whole entire team of DG is just pushing forward. Oh, they pushed in a little bit too far onto the tower though, and they're all going to be quite low. Oh, Oct is going to be able to just peel back and take the blue buff, peel back up. This should be a Dark Slayer for them, no problem, as the Killgroth is still continuing to just distract the entire TFSM team on the bottom side of that map.
Yes, and this Killgroth is going to be a real problem now. He's at 10.8k gold, basically full build. He's probably opting for Muramasa, his last item, and with both Shield of the Lost and Medallion of Troy, he's gonna be basically immortal with his healing.
Yes, here both teams have their weaknesses and have their strengths. Here on Team DG, it is the Killgroth that you should be looking out for, and as well as the Thorn. Oh, hold on a second, as Angie's grasp onto the AoE, not able to kill him though. Here's the Roxy continuing to try to tank things up, but just as we talked about, the Thorn is someone you should watch out for. Thorn gets a massive killing spree for the Team DG, and they're now on to the high ground tower here with only the Ignis to defend.
With the Drake and that Killgroth, the moment he touches the tower, it's over.
And yes, there we go, a fast, well actually that's a quite normal length game here, but DG turns it around and gets up on TFSM. It is now 2-1.
Yes. As we expected, because Team TSFM couldn't finish the dinner, they didn't come back to bite them there.
Yes, exactly. If we were able to finish our thought from earlier, we were supposed to be watching the Kilgroth, the Thorn, and the Kirknack. It seemed that those three were the key carries on this map right now. And without the Kirknack there, Kirknack found himself on the top lane in the last fight, and Team DG just forced the issue upon TFSM and were able to use that small window of opportunity to take down this game.
Yes. I would just like to check on the items just for a bit, because it seems they didn't have... Yes, Malok had to build the anti-heal there, but I think it was a little too late to snub the Killgraph. The moment Killgraph starts snowballing, it's really difficult to deal with it.
Yes, to be honest, I suppose since Roxy was matched up against the Kilgroth, they could have had Roxy build some of that anti-heal. Tomb of the Reaper would work well, even Curse of the Death if she wanted to. Both, it goes really well for Roxy in my opinion. But Kilgroth, wow, what a disciplined player there, what a disciplined show he put on there. He just continued to split push, getting farmed up, and drawing so much attention from TFSM towards him.
Yes, but at that fight where he dove on the tower versus 4 members there and just came out basically with half HP, was pretty hard to take from Team TSSM.
Yeah, definitely quite an evenly matched game on that one. Both teams had excellent plays. On one side, it was the Kilgroth, like we talked about. It was the Thorn with 25% of that damage. But on the other side, it was the Kirknack, always drone dropping in and dealing a little bit of poke damage here and there. And we saw also his excellent engage onto the Thorn. One combo and Thorn was out of there.
Yes.
Both sides going back and forth. It was just a matter of who was able to take the better fights.
Yes. Now we're looking forward to the 4th game. It's now 2-1 for Team DG. They will be on the blue side, and Team TFSM needs to win this one to draw it back to 2-2. Because the moment it gets to 3-1, it's going to be really difficult to come back for them.
If TFSM does not win this next match, they will be on game point, and DG will be favored to take the bronze medal home. Here in our ESL European Summer League tournament.
Both heroes used both teams used a lot of heroes already. What are the heroes we should watch out for? Well, Kira's and Florentino and Ivory seems to be always banned. We haven't seen any Richters this game. Sinestra has not been played during the whole tournament, which is quite surprising to me.
team's turn to ban. Red team's turn to ban. Blue team's turn
Alright,
to
now
ban.
we are in the 4th game here in our bronze metal match. It is going to be DG on your blues team, and is going to be TFSM on the red team side. Right now, not a whole lot of surprise coming through from the bans. Oh, we do have our first change up in the bans here, as DG will ban out the thorn that they've used already.
Yes, and it seems it frees up the Kira. It does free up the Kira. Are we going to see a first pick Kira here? And yes, we do.
To pick.
Yes, we do see up the first pick Kira. DG kind of just walked that trap right into for Team TFSM there. They were saving up the Kira. They were making sure that they were the first ones to be able to use this Kira. It seems that they're quite confident in their Kira as well as the hero's kit.
Yes. On the other hand, we see Ao and Kathleen picked out there. I would usually see a more tanky jungler going up against a Kira, like even the Scud jungle. Quite surprising to me that we see Ao picked up here.
Yes, indeed. Aoi, even though she does have that Dragon Claw to be able to get out, but Kira can also just as well get out of Aoi's grasps. And indeed, here is going to be the hover here, Scud coming through instead of the Aoi. It looks like it should be locked in.
Turn to pick.
It's funny how we mentioned Scud and he gets locked in straight away there. Limbus on the lane though. It'd be really interesting here to see. I would say Lindus is still better in the jungle. But we'll see if they lock in this Lindus. Lindus has quite a bit of burst damage though. It could be quite good against the Cathemy.
Now DG has not used the Hayate either here, so if they wanted to go with the Hayate, they could as well. But still, again, they're looking like they want to play this Lindus. Lindus got that rework, so it's not the old Lindus. It does have a little bit more mobility now with her skill, her ultimate, being able to move her a little short distance away. But they're gonna do a really fast change up onto the final seconds here. It's gonna be Alice and Hayate, a combo that might be deadly.
Yes, and the Annette also gets picked up here.
That looks like it's going to be a counter pick coming in for the Hayate and Alice. Every time Alice wants to use her hissy fit to maybe open up into an engagement and Hayate wants to move in with that kunai blitz, Annette could just respond with a hurricane wall, effectively just nullifying that attack.
Yes, but I would say Hayate is probably a forceful choice there, since Hayate is the only marksman that can actually deal with the Scud really well.
We're now into the ban phases here. Is going to be TFSM with the first ban on the second stage.
Yes.
Who are they going to ban out?
Marlock seems to be what they're opting to ban.
Looks like they might be going into the Slayer lane and mid lane here. And for the side of DG, they should be looking at either more... Wait a second. More marksman? No, not jungler either, because we are quite certain that it's going to be the Scud jungle and the Kathleen jungle. But they're going to go more jungle. More jungle bans.
Do they think the Scud is going to go Slayer lane?
I guess that must be it. They must think that the Scud might go into the Slayer lane as they ban out the Aoi.
Well, the Marlock is basically a forced pick, forced ban there, since Marlock and Alice comboing together is basically a bit too much CC to deal with the Marlock ultimate and the Alice ultimate comboing up. They do need to ban out, I would say Killgraph here, they should re-ban out. They want to ban out another jungler?
Very interesting bans coming through from the side of DG. Lots of respect for the TFSM jungler. lot of respect. They do not want to meet these two heroes. And it looks like 3 seconds left to change. Varus or Chi? Chi is going to be the final answer here. Still could be a jungler.
This is quite odd. Maybe they want to force the Scud to jungle.
Maybe they want to force the Scud to jungle and then pick up, a Slayer lane that could, that fears Scud. But I don't know if that really makes good sense, because even if the Scud were to go into the jungle, the jungle could still gank the top lane.
Right for solo lane or mid?
Or maybe it is indeed going to be Scud in the top lane, and we have Bright in the jungle. Oh my goodness, they called it with that ban. DG must be feeling quite awkward right now. They called that Rorik ban, but they last minute changed it over to the Chi. Now Rorik is gonna get picked up instead. Very interesting turn of events. We were going off of what Yugi was saying with the Kira and opposing jungler. We said that the Kira should not want to fight any tanky jungles, so then Scud was an optimal choice there. Indeed, TFSM went for the Scud, but then they threw a fastball, they threw a curveball that DG seemed to have caught and started to put the Scud into the Slayer lane. They pick up the Rorik now in the 4th pick, and then
Omen.
And finally, now it is going to be DG's turn to round up their picks. Omen and Wonder Woman are going to be the picks here for DG, and TFSM is the last answer.
We might actually see Scud mid here, which would be really interesting as well.
Scud mid, that is going to be yet another composition from TFSM that quite lacks control. We've seen them pull it off 2 times in this series already. Not necessarily. One time they did get the win, but the other time they did not. We'll have to see whether or not they go for that. Scott does not have incredible range, and into the, I guess, Wonder Woman mid lane, he might. Well, since it's a Wonder Woman mid lane, Scott might be okay.
Oh yes, well Scud probably wants to avoid that Omen. Let's be honest.
Mina against the Omen would be pretty okay. Omen every time should be able to proc up the Mina passive and give her an enhanced first ability for her to just heal up. That should be a no-brainer matchup there for them. Right now, I guess then DG needs to really think twice about their lane assignments. Maybe Wonder Woman does need to go into the top lane and let Omen play the Scud. But that's going to be quite an awkward situation though, because Omen in the mid lane would not really fare that well.
I don't know. I think actually Omen is not that bad in mid. His lane clears fairly quick. I'm not sure though. This is gonna be an interesting game coming up from both sides here.
For sure, it is going to be an interesting game. This is going to be a fight for the bronze medal. DG here is your blue team, and TFSM is your red team. DG up 2-1 now in this best of 7 matchup. We're going to be experiencing a very unconventional, very exciting game. The lane assignments are still not quite clear, but it should be optimally. It should be the Omen against the Scud and the Mina against the Wonder Woman. But that's where you know that's where the side of DG
it's mid and it's Scud mid.
There we go. Then this lane assignment is going to favor just a little bit the TFSM side. TFSM should get a little bit of advantage on that Slayer lane.
Even mid though, I do think Scud right now is still a bit stronger than the Wonder Woman. And I'm not sure about picking both Scud and Mina into a Hayate.
This match, the Hayate is going to be the critical player. He is going to either make or break this game for us today. He has that true damage. He should be able to deal so much damage to the Scud and the Mina, even if they were to get tanky. But then he has two players that he needs to be really careful of, and that's going to be the Rorik and Kafni. Both can really just take him away in one blink of an eye.
Yes, and also the Annette could put him in a really bad position.
Here's the Scud jumping in, getting a smash onto Meaty. Meaty is down to 50%. Indeed, the Annette with that Hurricane Wall could also just completely destroy the Kunai Blitz coming over from Oct. There's an invade coming through as 3 members are going to commit to this red buff. The red buff still, however, falls to the Kira's hands, and Kirito is almost going to get to level 4. He does get a kill here, but it is going to be the Rorik shooting in the back over here, canceling the ultimate from Kirito, and Kirito unable to get his cooldown, or rather skill 1 and skill 2 reset.
Yes, and Omen's going to have a terrible time against Amina.
This is going to be TFSM's Abyssal Dragon for the taking. That's going to be no problem there at all. Scud now playing 1vs2 in the middle lane.
I would say both teams has basically this almost the same type of team composition here. Scud here going into the jungle again, being annoying.
Oh, here's a little engage coming through as Henji's lover just walk right into the ambushing lawyer and Scud. But they are quite tanky and nothing is gonna come out of that little encounter.
Yes.
Kafni, however, with that pulse form on the Aquamarine, was able to just chew through the Hayate. One full bar, 500 to 1,000, 500 HP gone right there for Oct. Another Fusillade come in here, but Meaty is going to be so good against that, he's going to be able to just knock him out. Meanwhile, Scud uses her ultimate to be able to take away the Wonder Woman. Indeed, there, as you predicted, Yugi slightly ahead. Here's the Kunai Blitz coming through from Oct, but unfortunately he has to dash out of that one as the Annette starts to put down some of his skills, and Rorik rushes in with the charge, threatening to take Hayate away.
I don't want to call this game right now. I do think the team TSFM really counterpick extremely well here.
Here's Henji's lover just holding on to that middle wave, waiting to share the gold here. Interesting because she is playing in that middle lane position, but it doesn't seem like you want those gold. You know, very much in particular here. Here's the Scud jumping in, trying to just be a little bit naughty, but he's going to be stunned out by the sunshine coming through. But that's not going to be problematic for him as he is getting quite tanky. Here's now 4 members of the blue team here. DG wrapping onto 2 members of TFSM. Here's the 50-50 coming down, and the engage from Kira comes through. He lands the shadow onto that Kafni. Kafni's Fusillade is going to be on now, but it gets cancelled out. Here's Henji's lover. He's down really low. Magic Bracelet's already used underneath that tower, and now she's not going to be able to retreat. Kira, while trying to get out of that fight, does go for a small camp and gets found by the Rorik and Scud rotating around. Fortunately, able to get out of that one alive.
Yes, as we pointed out.
Oh, second. Here, Hayate didn't know that the Rorik was in there and almost gets killed there, but now he comes back for more, and it's gonna be the Scud getting a little bit of knock-up over there onto him, and Rorik coming in to finish that fight. Kira is gonna be the next to fall as Scud continues to press forward. He gets a big knock and a punch onto that Meaty. Meaty does have to back out now. Nobody else left to defend. They're going to try to take down this middle wave before the enemy can make an issue onto this middle ground tower.
The Omen having to use his ultimate to forcefully tie Mina down to get the first tower. It's going to be a tower trade here.
It's going to be a tower trade indeed, but TFSM is up in terms of gold. 4,000 gold and 5 kills in the lead. Here's Scud now jumping in forward. He gets a big, massive punch onto 2 members of DG, and the rest of the team is going to follow up with more damage. Here's the tower disrupt coming through, and so now affording TFSM to completely wipe that top side trio there, and it is going to be an open tower for the taking. DG, the remaining 2 members, is going to back out really swiftly in making sure that they stay alive.
Yes, the advantage here going definitely to Team TSFM. As we said a couple of times during this tournament, the red side having the ability to counterpick would make them slightly advantageous in the BO7. But this is incredible, actually.
Here, Scott is looking to make a little bit of effort to break those recalls, and he does do that. Unfortunately, not able to pick up any funky kills. He's been a naughty Scud this round. Very good naughty Scud for TFSM.
The snowball here going to almost a 6k gold lead.
Here's Rorik rushing through. He does use his ultimate. Unafraid of that control, but nothing comes out of that one as they now turn their attention towards the Slayer.
This Kira has been ineffective all game, being banned out for the first 3 matches, getting picked up on this match. It's quite a shame she's quite this ineffective. Docs here getting picked up here by Team TSSM. They want to snowball and end this game quickly. To put it back to the 2-2. Omen here trying to split push the best he can do. He can't even fight this Scud at this point since the gold advantage on the Scud is quite heavy here. This, and yes, a push in mid. We haven't seen
engage coming through from the lasso of truth from Henji's lover. He does get someone there and jumps right through. Kira's gonna be in the ambush here, but he's going to not be able to do anything as Hayate quickly falls instead. Now it's gonna be a 5 vs 3 scenario for Team TFSM as they have the Drake now pushing on the bottom side of that map.
Yes,
Omen just died without any warning at all. Here's a hissy fit coming down, and she's lover unable to get her magic bracelet out in time, and she's gonna fall down. Oh, she actually just gets up her ultimate, so it was on cooldown, unable for her to use. So she basically just traded her life for nothing there, as the tower and the core now getting focused on. That's
GG.
They're being able to just take out the lane, but the 4 members of the team onto the core not able to change much of that fate.
Yes.
GG, well played. Game over there for this 4th match. TFSM is going to pull and even the score 2-2.
Great games we've seen this one. I would say the band picks decided the game here, but both teams played admirably. I would like to take this time to thank our sponsors, actually, Timmy, Trovo, and AoV for the 100k vouchers and the 150 euro in prize pool. You could see the Scud and the Caffeine dealing the most of the damage here, with 30% from the Scud and 34.8% from the...
Yeah, definitely a very dominant match here coming out from TFSM. They had a great composition, and they did not give any space for Oct or Kira to be able to get farmed up. We talked about those lane assignments being vitally important. Mina met up with the Omen, and that created a very, very disadvantaged scenario. And the Scud, of course, was massive in that middle lane, able to just be so aggressive. Early game, you didn't really see too much of that, but as the mid game progressed, he was so courageous, charging in, leading the charge, and just allowing the rest of the team to follow up with the damage. They get some pretty excellent tower dives.
Yes. I would say the Scud actually did a fair amount of damage as well, not just being a mid shifter.
Fantastic work. Alright, we are going to do a quick casters swap, I think. So if Shadow can just mute us for a quick second as we went out, we will be right back. Alright, hello everybody, we are back now. We are back with Toka here, and I am also gonna remain as the caster here. Anihi and Toka will be providing the commentary for you now. In the remaining matches, we still have 3 matches to go potentially. Right now, TFSM and DG are on even standing, 2-2, as if they haven't even played one game at all. Nobody has an advantage over anybody else.
Very equal matches so far. Both teams putting up a very good fight against each other. Although some of the games have been quite one-sided. But both teams with their amazing players have shown that they can resist even against a gigantic gold lead like 9,000 gold, like the last game.
A lot of times, DG pulled out some incredible comeback plays. This is quite something that we expect from them. As we saw them in the semifinals, they had a very good run against our finalists, and almost coming back to win from a 3-1 deficit. So DG definitely has that capability for them. And TFSM has been showing us a lot of excellent power dives. They've been really good at using that tower disrupt and heroes that can just run into the tower and make things happen.
Absolutely, especially we saw in the last match there with one tower dive up on the first tower up top. The side of DG really showed how powerful they can just come in and burst down their opponents.
Yes, exactly. And that fight actually started out in the blue side jungle. On the side of DG, they chased Akira. They chased. I believe it was. I can't remember who else it was, but they chased the members of DG all the way back up to their high ground tower. Sorry, not their high ground tower. Their outer tier tower in the top lane, and ruthlessly murdered them underneath their own tower. We're going to be entering into the ban pick phase in just a moment here as we process the global bans and picks and invite the players into the lobby.
as we have, of course, went ahead and go through 4 matches already, the hero pools are, well, becoming less and less comfortable for our teams now, as a lot of strong heroes have been picked on both sides. So approaching the 5th match, both teams will have to be very careful about how they go about with their draft phase, to not limit themselves to the point where they don't have any viable cards to play with approaching the 6th match.
Yes, indeed. Right now, actually, to comment on that one, last game was the first game that we saw a different ban strategy coming out from Team DG. They decided not to ban out the Kira and choose the Kira for themselves, and they also really like to ban out the Ari. So if things are gonna change, it might start with the bans here. Ari, Florentino, Zip were historically the characters who both of these teams really like to ban.
And as you said right there, they will lock onto down to that Zip right there.
Yeah, no surprises so far, but we might get some changes now as the Pyrrha gets banned out. Right now it's going to be DG who decides whether or not to let go of the Irie or the Kira, because TFSM can still pick up the Kira. DG is going to deny that Irie, and this time it's going to be TFSM showing us how they're going to use the Kira. It's going to be a pretty quick cover here coming in for the Crixie. As soon as they saw Kira, they started to hover that Crixie. I wonder about this one because I don't think Crixie is especially effective against the Kira, but maybe I'm not. Maybe I just don't know what these competitors know. However, Zuka and Lindis, right now DG is still a little bit undecided about how they're going to strategize against TFSM. And in the end, it is going to be Teamy and Caffney. If I remember this correctly, they ran this one in their semifinals. Teamy was quite an aggressive one, trying to go in, especially like the way that Meaty likes to play them. It's kind of like the way Meaty plays the Kha'Zix, jumping in and making a lot of tower dives happen. This could be the strategy that DG is going to show us this time, but we will have to wait and see. TFSM, on the other hand, is going to be picking up a Violet right away, and it's going to be a couple of hovers here in the middle lane, Iggy, Florian, or the D-Rack, as well as the Liliana in there. And now I'm sure their voice chat is blistering with voices trying to decide who they're gonna play.
If Meaty is going to be the forefront for the side of DG, and just go in first with that Teamy and his gas bomb, Violet would be a very good choice as they have locked into Superman there. Violet could actually just roll out of the way if she doesn't even bring with her the flicker that could assist her in escaping the stuns and attack coming with the Teamy and into, let's say, a tower dive situation.
Yes, both sides, in terms of the marksman, they do have a little bit of ability to get away. Is it going to be the Fennec that Ock picks up over here? That could be very nice against the Kira, being able to use that Thunder Roll to get away from the Shadow pursuing the target. It should be able to dodge out some of these secondary damage coming through from Kira. Now, the lock is going to be Raz. That's going to be the first mid laner that we're gonna see in this draft, and it's going to be now Red Cyphers to ban.
If into a Superman in here, right, into a Teamy and Fennec, I wouldn't say it's the best choice considering Teamy has his stuns and Fennec can just simply just dash out of the way and avoid Superman's pushes. and especially picking Superman this early into the draft phase. Of course, this opens up a lot of chances for DG to pick up some really hard CC to just lock down onto that Superman and counter him out.
Yes, indeed, that is exactly my thought, especially if they want to put that Superman in the Slayer lane. DG now has all the time in the world to think about how they want to respond to that one. They're going to first ban out the D-Rack here, probably just opening up a lot of space for Fennec and Raz to be able to work. And their second ban choice is going to be the Lumber, making sure that, well, actually, I guess it's going to be the Lumber to make sure that there's a bit of space for Teamy to make some moves. And for the side of TFSM, they're going to ban out the Mallock and the Yenna. The Yenna could be a very nice jungle pick for DG, and the Mallock would be able to jump onto the Violet and really zone out the fights. So pretty okay bans over there, although I guess they don't really limit as much of the other options here for DG. So DG still has quite a bit of choices to make here. Zuka is gonna be the hover here. Zuka into Superman. I guess it's okay. Zuka should be able to get some pokes here and there, but Superman should have that lane clear advantage. So it's probably not the best idea. Tara now instead will get locked in.
Tara. A Dark Slayer lane Tara, it's perfect for Superman. She can just play it in terms of just avoiding and fighting with Superman, as Superman won't really gain much out of attacking a extremely tanky hero such as the Tara. But with his chi picked up? So the Superman looks like it will be playing to the mid lane rather than the Dark Slayer lane, and Chi will take up that role instead of him.
Oh, interesting there, because Superman should be able to clear that lane really fast compared to the Raz, and be able to get very fast roams onto the bottom lane there. The answer is going to be the Chognar here. Chognar, Teamy, both kind of support lane characters. Ooh, interesting. It could be the Chognar in the, well, I don't know where they want to put the Chognar though, because he doesn't want to go into mid lane because that's where Raz needs to be, unless you want to play a Raz support. But you got that Teamy as well. Maybe Raz top lane. I'm not too sure, but yes, the Fennec for the jungle is what we do expect coming through from that. I guess they need to then focus on putting a lot of attention for this Fennec and enabling this Fennec to snowball. So I would say probably keep the Teamy with the Fennec, keep the Chognar with the Raz, and let Tara do her thing. The Raz, the Chognar there should be able to solve some of the pressure coming through from Superman, especially if Superman is going to be played mid, and it's going to be up to the Fennec to see what he can do once he gets fed up.
Absolutely, the Fennec in the jungler position here, of course, coupled up with the team is extremely powerful, as Fennec is the type of hero which can really just start to snowball game immediately once he gets his hands on a bit of gold or economic advantage, which will only be supported by the Teamy and his passive.
We're also going to see Toro for the first time in this series. Toro, not a very popular hero to be seen in these competitive modes because he is missing in some of these regions, not released as a hero. So in the official tournaments, I don't really see him getting played, but we allow Toro to be played in ESL, and here he is.
Minions will be deployed in 5 seconds.
What we are going to see a few first movements coming here from both teams. Presumably the Teamy will be roaming for the Fennec, just help him gain that a bit of a goal advantage in the early game.
So very interesting lane assignments here. Is going to be Tara down into the bottom lane as Abyssal lane here, matched up against the Violet, and Chognar is going to be now forced to play against the Chi. Chognar should be able to dodge out some of the Chi's knockups. That should be okay, and Tara should be able to... We've seen Ock play the Tara, actually, and Tara should be able to get really tanky and basically just nullify all the pokes coming from Violet. So she should be able to defend this bottom lane just fine. Now then, again, is going to be looking and keeping our eyes up with the Fennec and Teamy rotations. I think Kirito over here is going to also help that quite a lot. Here's a gank coming through, the power surge, and the first ability from Raz's uppercut does not land, as Flicker is going to be used by Chi. Ox is going to have to be careful though.
Tara in a bit of trouble, but Tara is of course very tanky, and she does have that passive which allows her to do more damage as she is low on health. She'll get between the tower and the cavalry has arrived. Teamy stuns up the Superman, tries to run away but will fall down as the first blood of this match. Hengi's lover deploys his ultimate, drags it back, and now the retaliation comes through. Violet still 4 health. Kira between the towers. Minions will be cleared out though. We're still looking for the divers. The Kira triangle mazes used. The kill will be taken by the Toro onto the Fennec. Revenge kill. But meanwhile, Tower Disrupt is used despite no minions being there to threaten the tower. This dragon is in firm hands for TFSFM.
Wow, that was quite a deep commit for TFSM going in between the towers. The cavalry did arrive, but unfortunately it was Kira who had that last laugh. Here's a big uppercut coming through, threatening to end Kira's life, but unfortunately not able to connect once more. That was a very deep dive, and Superman had to pay for that, but at the same time they were able to make it a trade, so that is all okay, and they got a dragon off of that one as well.
Absolutely, just great stuff coming out of TFSFM, but with the Teamy, I doubt that a little advantage would last for long, especially since they did not get that first blood.
Tara is taking up so much pressure coming out from TFSM. I really hope DG they're able to make something happen in the top side. Right now it looks like Chi is doing an ambush. He's going to get onto 2 people. That's going to be a knock up there, but not enough damage to follow up.
Lots of mid presence here by both teams. Tara burning up that ultimate of her. Superman coming in with a speeding bullet. Teamy will go down. He has the being a bro up, but will be taken out. Oh, not yet, and now he will go down. Now low on health is the Toro, keeps on advancing, will be traded out. 4 men here for the side of TFSM. DG in a lot of trouble. Hengi's Love trying to roll between the battlefields, using the Arctic Orb to try and extend his survivability here. Raz coming through with an uppercut to save his teammates. Even the explosive kick comes to push down 2 opponents into the tower, and 1 will go down. Only Chi will survive off that.
Wow, what a play coming out from the Raz. Whoa, okay. So over there we saw the Tara. He was just kind of, you know, stepping out over there because he is a Tara. He has this ultimate ready to be able to just heal back up. Then it was a Teamy who got caught out over there, and then the Superman being able to just push him on into a bad position. He uses being a bro trying to save Tara actually at that time, but I think it was a little bit of miscommunication because Tara was able to get out, and then it was actually then the Teamy who falls, and then Chognar comes to the fight, and all of a sudden it was looking like Kira with a double kill and the Violet going over to be able to maybe pick up more kills, but then all of a sudden there was the Raz. It wasn't even a flicker, but he just got into excellent position, pushes 2 people under the tower and gets a counter kill as well. Excellent work.
He didn't even need the flicker. He just simply pressed the uppercut and then pushed them back with that explosive KO. If he had used that flicker to properly chase the Chi, he could have gotten another kill. Now Tara in a bit of trouble, uses the steely focus but won't heal up in time to survive the damage coming through from 4 members of TSFFM.
TFSM is going to make a lot of pressure into this Tara. He says, okay, well, Tara, if you want to really play against all of us, we will just let you do that, and we will kill you for it all the time. DG really has to make something happen on this top side, but the Chi has been playing very, very safe and making sure that he stays alive. Here's some fight coming
now.
Now,
very deep invade coming through here. Teamy is slow. He has to be bro up, but now it has been used up, still in time to save himself. Meaty is still alive despite the damage coming from Superman. Tara is still chasing the low health Toro. He will do so with the steely focus. Two members low on health on the side of TSFM will get away, even outplays the opposing enemy. This will be the Fanny Kenji's lover. Full on health, probably popped his item there, and Violet will be his second victim.
Wow, excellent work there by the Tara. He zoned out 2 members of the TFSM team here, and then 2 members from DG. They were so low. Superman was he was wavering about whether or not to commit and try to get them. The 2 members there from DG, they really played it well as well, because they split apart, making sure that Superman cannot take them away at the same time. Here's a dive coming through though.
Oh, tower dive coming through will just take down the tower as the Toro is extremely tanky and retaliation comes through. Superman coming in with that knockup. Arc low on health. Tilly focuses there to heal up to half health. Kira looking for a potential pick, but we'll find none. This tower goes down without any resistance, and we'll mop up this dragon. Will be a DG.
Yeah, and then just to finish up about that fight there, and then Violet tries to come back to join the fray, and now it was all too late, as now the complete focus of 2 members was onto her. Another fight breaks out over here in the middle lane. Kira overstepping a little bit too much, and she's gonna have to pay for that one.
Absolutely, she overextended there a bit, although she was still in the neutral territory, but walking to the side, that bush was way too dangerous of a thing to do, and she had to pay for that. Probably could have been a little bit more careful and cautious of her surroundings, but she did not. And she will
Taking a look at the items as well, no Tomb of the Reaper, no Curse of Death built right now for the side of TFSM. That could be their mistake, because we know how Ock plays this Tara. She distracts you in the early game, lets you think that, you know, she has a really poor KDA and that you are on the advantage side, but then all of a sudden she becomes so tanky, so fast, that you just don't have enough time to think about what happened.
Absolutely no anti-heal items here could be their downfall if they do let the Tara approach the late game, where she has the items and the tankiness that she needs. This tower dive, though, Toro tanking for such a long time, surviving for so long, but finally going down to the Fennec. Kira too low on health, too scared to try and engage onto the enemy. Oh, Chi caught out. Fennec will chase her. Between the towers, Meaty attacks, stuns down the Violet, but Violet rolls between the tower onto the high ground tower and will survive. Even comes through with a kill of Meaty, will go down under the tower's damage. Drake still survives, but will be taken down shortly after this bit damage coming from the side of DG.
And take a look at the gold lead coming from Fennec. Oh my goodness, 511 is his kill participation score, and he has 8.2k gold. Holy crap. Wow, 2k ahead of the leader in TFSM's team, and he is on a roll right now.
Absolutely. His gold lead now far exceeds that of his opponents, and this is giving him so much advantage, so many reasons to just coming with that tower dives and just be so confident about it that no one can take him down. Of course, he's no tank, but with this gold lead, it's hard to believe that anyone can reasonably burst him down, especially there, the Superman. Destroyed, eradicated by 5 members on the side of by the side of DG.
TFSM now looking to probably do some of the distractions play by himself. They're probably going to start sending the Superman out to just go on suicide runs, maybe even the Kira as well on the opposite lane, and then just open up the map so that the Violet can safely come out to maybe take some of these middle lane farms, and maybe even just let the Violet take out the jungle camps completely. It's gonna be up to whether or not TFSM can deal with this Tara, number one, and also to farm up. Violet does have quite a ways to go right now. As we speak about that, Fennec is going to reach 10k gold.
Oh boy. 10 minutes, approaching the 11-minute mark, and he taking this stock slate down with him as well. Approaching that 10k mark already. Has that Troy medallion to prevent the burst damage coming through from the Kira. Arc extremely tanky between the towers. No one will do any damage onto him now. The re-aggro comes to. She low on health. Will get away just fine as the minion wave is cleared down. Tower Disruptor already used. Drake dropped on top with no minions to support it. Arc low on health. Kira might have to pay for it, but no one goes down just yet. Drake connects onto the tower. Chalkner and the tower still being such nuisance to the side of tfsfm here. Tower goes down. Drake still more than half health. Meaty between the tower. No being a bro activated in time. He will go down. Kira triangle mace. Ultimate is there. Damage coming through. Arc next victim to fall down. Drake participating in this fight. She low on health. Keeps on going through his side of DG. Fennec will answer there. Oh my god. Fennec, I thought he was going to pull off something, but Raz coming through with that explosive KO takes down, double kill, and eradicates the enemy team. This middle high ground tower will go down. Superman, the only chance alive, the only hope left for the side of DG. Super big wave coming up top. Will Superman be able to clear it out?
He doesn't have ultimate though.
Oh, he has nothing. Raz even comes through with that explosive KO. Uppercuts does not stun him up as he cleanses there, but the tower, the main tower goes down. And with that, the hopes and dreams of DG, we have the third match victory, onto the third and match point for the side of DG TSFFM, for cracked under pressure.
Excellent plays over there. That was an ultra long drawn out fight for DG, but they came out on top, and all thanks to Kirito's excellent and very, very crucially timed explosive KO. He pushed back two members trying to make an effort to shut down Henji's lover, but Kirito was there to protect him. That was such a well-timed explosive KO. I think even myself, when I was watching the game, I completely forgot about it. And then also we must talk about the switches, the tank switch. You know, both the Slayer Laner and Oct have been building full tank. Look at that. And it was like Oct coming in to just tank out the first stage of damage, and then all of a sudden Chognar came in to just zone people out from the second tier tower. The Drake pushed in. It was a free tower for the taking, and then later on Oct then jumps in again after healing up a little bit and just switches back and forth. There were two tanks. They just kept on switching, and TFSM, they just didn't have an answer for those two tanks. They were too tanky, and they were taking up too much of their time, especially in the beginning of the game. Take a look at Violet's damage. It is 36%, but honestly, you gotta wonder where all that has gone. And to be honest, I feel like a bunch of that went over to the Tara.
Oh, absolutely. Tara with that plowing powers of her, just coming in and absorbing all the damage, using the steely focus, disengages for a bit and then comes back in and still gets away. After that, Violet exhausted her resources, low on HP, and the bulldozer, that is the gigantic elephant of Chalkner, comes in with that chaos protection. No CC able to apply onto him. Superman rendered useless, and he keeps on going through with the tower, keeps the Drakes in good condition to allow for that tower dive. And the nail on the coffin for the side of DG was that double kill coming from the explosive KO of Raz in the hands of Kirito. Just absolutely decisive.
Really
Quick,
well played for the Raz
fast.
there as well. And also, just do the math there, because on the screen for a moment there, you saw the 93,000 damage coming out from Violet. Yeah, it was the 36% for the team, but in terms of absolute values, it was 90-something K. And then take a look at Tara. She died 3 times, and she tanked up 90-something thousand damage. Okay, so doesn't, just with the numbers there, it basically meant that Tara used 3 of her life to negate the Violet's impact on this game completely. And then meanwhile, who was there to tank up the damage from Fennec? Well, nobody. And Fennec was left free to deal all sorts of damage onto the team of TFSM. Excellent match. That was really quite something to watch. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely, just great job on the side of DG to bring themselves to match point. Now as we approach the 6th game, TFSFM will have to try their absolute best and bring this to a 7th game if they do want the third spot, that third ranked in the tournament to be theirs.
Right now the pressure is on to TFSM to answer that 3-2 lead for DG. It is going to be match point here for DG, and they're looking good for taking home the bronze medal. Of course, it is a best of 7, so this match here hasn't ended, and TFSM is still in it for the games. Currently, it seems like both of these teams do not like the blue side. They absolutely dread the blue side in terms of the draft picks, and the blue side will lose 100% of the time. So it could be that TFSM is going to even up the score 3-3. Now, I just want to talk one more thing about the past game, because it's such an interesting strategy for me coming from DG. We've now seen them twice do this in the semifinals to the final stages. They used Oct, and they had the Tara there. Now, about the Tara, she was drawing a lot of attention. Now, for TFSM, what could they have done? They could have maybe just invaded into the jungle, pressure Tara to make her have to, I suppose, play underneath her tower and then go invade the jungle. But then, every single time, it seemed that DG was able to clear the bottom side of that jungle first, and then they always left nothing for TFSM to take. So then what would you do in that case? Well, I was thinking about it, and maybe TFSM would just leave the Tara alone. But then after thinking about it just a little bit more, I thought maybe that wouldn't work either, because now if Tara is left alone to play into the Violet, is Violet going to build Curse of Death herself, as the first item? 1v1, the Tara might actually be able to really effectively hold on to that lane against the Violet. So wow, it felt like maybe it was a little bit of a checkmate there for TFSM when they faced DG's Tara. Very, very interesting. I just wanted to make a note of that.
Absolutely, very extremely good move. 200 IQ move by the side of DG to put that Tara into the Dragon Lane position instead of into the Dark Slayer lane. Because if she was put into the Dark Slayer lane, she could have built the Curse of Death as her first item and completely just counter that Tara. But instead, the Violet played against the Tara can't really build that. Toro can't really afford that. He has to have his tanks. If the only members on the side of TFSFM can really build any anti-hero is the Chi. Well, Superman can afford to build one Curse of Death, but that would really reduce his effectiveness, despite it not being that much in the first place, considering the Chakna pick was such a hard counter to the Superman. Pops that Chaos Protection and Superman becomes absolutely useless. It will just render him unable to do anything in a team fight. You can't find any pushes with the anti-CC puts up by the Chakna, and Chakna keeps on plowing through. Superman can't push the elephant back, and he just keeps coming in and being such a nuisance. Superman this game wasn't allowed to play at all.
I think that Superman did what was kind of an early pick coming from TFSM. If TFSM wanted to run the Superman, maybe they could save it for a little bit later so that the Chagnar wouldn't have to come out. Now, also interesting is just about the fact that if you wanted to play, you're watching this game and you're going, I'm going to do this in my own ranked matches or something like that. Well, first of all, you need to be in a 5-man in order to really make this strategy work, okay? Because your team's got to be doing things up at the top lane. Because if Fennec in this scenario, in the last game, wasn't there to farm up, then this strategy would fall apart. And also, you have to also take a note of the kind of marksman that the Tara was able to play into. These are marksmen that don't really have a lot of hard CC and not a lot of DPS. So make note of that. And don't just copy, 100%. DG had that 200 IQ play, and make sure you understand the requirements before trying it out on your own. Here we go into the 5th game. It could be our final game for this bronze medal match. For the side of TFSM, they're gonna go with the Florentino and the Zip bans, and this time Irie is going to be left open. DG is going to slurp that one up as their first pick.
And Irie locked into the first pick. A very solid choice, with the Irie can do a ton of true damage towards the late game, but of course picking Irie into such an early phase, despite how powerful she is, she does justify the first pick, the first lock in. But this opens this opens TFSFM up to a lot of counter options. I saw the Alistar being hovered there, but looks like they won't go for it. Instead, it will be the Raz and the Laville locked in.
I think the Alistar would be a very nice one for them, because you never know. Because Raz here, if you want to pick him up, Irie doesn't have that CC immunity anymore on her ultimate. But it's still a little bit of skill involved, and there's still a bit of room for mistakes here for the Raz, because Irie does have that a lot of movement, so you kind of gotta catch Irie at the right moment in order to come in with your explosive KO and maybe knock Irie back as she tries to engage upon your people. Then the Laville is going to be a pretty nice pick here into the Irie, because he is at least able to use the shield. And the Irie's ultimate animation, the Ryu, it does take a while, so that gives ample of time for Laville to really protect himself there. D-Rack and Krizix, these two players now gonna get picked up for DG. DG, we saw them play the Krizix before. It was a very impressive dive. Krizix coming out, played by Meaty, but then paired up with a D-Rack. I guess they would need some other kind of they need someone else to dive with this Krizix. It could be the Irie. Irie does seem like maybe she is in the jungle. If that's the case, then she gets to have all sorts of opportunities to dive. But maybe one more player to dive along the Krizix would make this composition or this strategy perfect.
They could pick up a very powerful divey sort of character in the Dark Slayer lane, but I wanted to talk about the direct pick. The direct pick is a very good pick into the Raz, especially when Raz has to get the only way Raz gets any damage done is through his power surges, and Direct, when placing down that Genesis barrier, can benefit from the fact that Raz has to throw those power surges. That would just let him activate that Genesis blast and just do a ton of damage. Now the Archer though is picked up as a counter to the Krizix and his potential diving ability. If Archer does place down a good ultimate, that will prevent not the Irie, since she can dash through walls and terrain, but Krizix can't unless he flickers. But that octopus ultimate of Archer will be proved very vital in terms of putting a barrier, so to say, a speed bump in the way of diving and aggressive movements of the side of the DG.
Definitely some very interesting hero interactions coming through. Yes, we talked about the Raz versus the D-Rack. We talked about the Ata versus the Krizix. Definitely all viable points here. Now, then, the bans coming through are going to be Nacroft, is going to be the Valheim, it's going to be the Scud, and now the Volcath. Volcath was already used by the side of DG, by the way, so then this time they can't run that with the Krizzix. Too bad for that one. And they're gonna ban out now the Nacroft, likely for the D-Rack. I guess they just don't want to have to deal with all that kind of sudden burst of damage coming through from onto the D-Rack, and just want to let D-Rack be able to calmly walk through that middle sort of river area, maybe, I don't know. And then here we go, we're into now the pick phases here. Lumber is going to be picked up, as the support, I guess, for TFSM. And Ata, even though we thought that the punish item was just there for show, is Ata going to be a jungler?
If Ata was the jungler, this would be an extremely odd pick, considering Ata is one of those characters that doesn't provide, extreme amount of damage. Obviously, his skill set does not allow him to do that.
Don't go Superman. Don't go Superman. Oh!
Oh, God,
Why?
no. Why? Why did they pick a Superman into Ata and Lumber?
Wow. Okay, so here's a little bit of information for those viewers who are not understanding why we don't really like the Superman pick right now. Well, the Ata, we talked about the wall coming through from Ata. Well, then that just completely stops the Superman from, being effective there. And then you have the Lumber who throws down the Earth Splitter, and that region that Lumber splits up actually slows the Superman. And so Superman can't even get into the air. He'll be knocked right out, and he's going to be forced to have to walk through that region. So interesting, very, very interesting. Now, of course, here we have a switch here coming through. It's going to be the Varus into the jungle, okay, and then Ata is going to be in the top lane. This does keep Ata away from some of the fights here, and then we're going to see a switch here. Ari is going to be in the top lane against that Ata, and then Elandor. So, okay, if this was the case, then, okay, maybe this is fine, because Ata is away from the fight. But if Ata had been the support, that would be kind of devastating.
Oh my God, Superman into a Lumber and Ata. I think.
Okay. You know what? Just before you go on, I will say that maybe they're like, DG's gonna pull out another 200 IQ play here. Maybe they know because we were confused about this Lumber and Ata. We were like, okay, is Ata gonna go in the jungle or something? But then, okay, maybe DG saw through that and they said, okay, it's not gonna be an Ata jungle. It's definitely an Ata Slayer. So Superman was okay. And then maybe the Superman is gonna come up with some crazy plays, because that wall actually stops your own teammates as well. So then Ata puts down that wall to stop the Krizzix, and then Superman pushes in from the back. Is that possible? And then pushes everybody onto the Ata wall. That would be kind of funny.
I mean, no, yeah, it could happen, but it wouldn't be very effective, considering Superman's skill set completely relies on the fact that he has to have the maneuverability in the area to allow him to do those maneuvers. The ghost ship of Ata, I do think, will still just hard counter and put down that barrier that won't allow Superman to do much. Now the uppercut does deal a lot of damage onto the Arc, in a bit of danger, but he'll get away just fine. Yeah, as I was saying, I think we might see what is the scenario of what the Superman was in the last game, just completely just unable to do anything. But we'll have to see. Of course, Arc could just put up a great show with the Superman and just do some crazy things that we would never have dreamed in our wildest dreams that he was capable of doing.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Oct has like two modes. He has that mode where he is the hyper carry. He plays like Violet especially really well, jumping in, making sure he gets all the farm and stuff. But then just now you saw, when he plays Tara, when he plays these kind of characters like Superman, just goes build tank, and all his job is to distract.
Oh, now Varus Lawn, how Bloody Kisses will Bloody Kiss will allow him to heal a bit of a lot of 5v5 here. Lavelle is trying to gank up. Not so much danger yet, but health advantage belonging to the side of the DG.
I think in this composition now, all of a sudden, like Irie playing into the Ata, I do prefer the Irie. I feel like Irie using her true damage should be able to cut through this Ata, and Ata shouldn't do too much to the Superman because they're on the opposite sides of the map. So this could end out being just fine for DG. Now they're gonna go for a trade in terms of the objectives here. It's gonna be tfsm picking up the first dragon and DG picking up the sentinel, as well as the invade for that red buff. Here's the little scenario here that we talked about here. Ata getting poked down quite low, and meanwhile the Irie escapes with 100% of her HP. Now that's a good poke.
Absolutely, Irie is very good plays very good into the Ata, considering that she does true damage, and that well, I mean, Ata's passive doesn't really is any actual shield / armor, but of course he heals up with that. But the true damage completely just negates that. Now, the Superman in a bit of danger, but now a lot of mid presence for both teams. No objectives to be found yet. Both teams playing very conservative games so far.
Oh, here we go.
Now Krizzik's coming in with Lumber's Earth Splitter stuns up 3 people. Now the re-engage coming through from the side of TSFM. Direct stuck between enemy lines, tries to blast off a Genesis Barrier, will not take down Leville as he is in such an awkward position. Double kills go with the side of the ADC of TSFM.
That was really quite an unfortunate turn of events, because Superman just had a little bit too little HP to be able to continue his Man of Steel ultimate there. He went underneath the tower, pushes the Leville out. Nobody continues to fight that Leville, and then he took 2 tower shots, and the second one was actually going to kill him. So unfortunate. He did his job though, and he's definitely playing very altruistically in this match.
Absolutely. Now, that team fight was just perfectly executed on the side of DG, with the Leville just playing bait and switch with the Lumber. The Lumber
TFSM.
Yeah, TSSFM. Apologies. Lumber just doing a beautiful Earth Split, knocks up 3 people, which allowed for the Raz and Leville to just come in with that, while the side of DG was still focused on that, being stunned out by the Lumber.
Yeah, I think what that Earth Splitter was the critical shot there, because we talked about, I was saying I was focused on the Superman pushing the Leville, but then no one was able to get on him, and that's probably because of the Earth Splitter. Here we go, another fight coming through.
Raz low on health, Arctic Orb is used, and he will evade that bad Genesis Blast on the side of Direct, but nice. Leville not so fortunate, as he will be stunned up by the Irie's Shuriken, and it will have to go down.
I think that might have been, I don't know if my eye is deceiving me, but that might have been Henji's Lover's ultimate, pushing back the Leville, because he got displaced so far, and then Irie continuing on with that chain CC. But anyway, that Leville was out of commission for a long time.
Absolutely. Leville just overstepping his boundaries a little bit, and we'll have to pay for it. Now, Varus in a bit of trouble. Venom through the walls. Continuous damage still coming through from Hengi's Lover, but we'll find no kills.
Now you're gonna have to wonder if TFSM remembers their lessons from last game. They're still playing quite early in the game, at least. They were still playing the dual lane in that bottom lane. Now Leville has all the potential to be able to take care of the Superman. Right now, just trust your Leville and let him take care of the Superman. The Lumber should roam and make some things happen on the other side of the map, or else this Elandor is going to just snowball once again. He's already at 4.4k gold. Leville's not quite far behind, so right now, really, you gotta make something happen here and shut down this Elandor.
Absolutely, Elandor finding a lot of success so far, but the team fight is here. Earth Splitter doesn't really do anything now. In the trouble is the Varus coming through with the Venom. A lot of damage to be found, but no kills to come through from that risky move by the Varus, but it did not pay out for him the way he expected it to.
Yeah, definitely an awesome play over there. Venom was so close being able to take down 2 members. Of course, our D-Rack there, he would have been able to survive with his still quite a bit of mana to his name there. But Meaty would have definitely fell, and that would be a good trade coming out for them. Unfortunately, now they are put out on a disadvantage as well. Now, based on the respawn of this Superman, I think he has Endless Cycle. So we're gonna have to watch out for that, because he has one more Endless Cycle to his name, and he's gonna be able to just continue to be really naughty and really distracting TFSM, and still be able to defend some of his towers. Now, of course, his first tower does fall, but that's not gonna matter too much. Here's a kill up on the top side. It was just a 3 versus 1 there, not a whole lot, but still a good kill.
But the traders here and now re-engage comes through. Splitter stuns up the people who needs to be stunned up as the Irie stopped out in his track with the slow left behind there. Laville safe from that. Re-engagement, a bit of aggro, but we'll find no impact from it. Instead, the Dark Slayer looking to be the objective. No contesting. No contest for the from the side of TSSM. And this Dark Slayer will go over to the firmly to the hands of DG.
Yeah, I love how Oct is playing. Like, every time he just like walks up to these people and his opponents, and they go, hey, are you gonna come here to feed me? And then Oct is just like, no, I can get out, sorry. But you got distracted and you lost the Slayer, haha on you. And I also love the idea of what the rest of the team is doing here on DG. Again, it really that teamwork really makes this make this strategy possible, because or else you would just have a very awkward situation where Oct is going there trying to draw some attention, and then all of a sudden the rest of the team engages and he's just like, wait a sec, I'm just distracting them, don't do this. Oh, a dive coming through.
Oh, now through Genesis smash, so much damage. Laville eradicated, evaporated under the tower. The Drake is still here. The new engagement coming through on the side of the TSFM. Onto next victim to fall. Low on health is Superman. Elendor goes crazy. Out of this world, out of his mind, takes down triple kill for him. It goes between the tower. He will get away just fine, but the tower's damage does take down the Superman. But this looks like to be the end of the road for the side of the SSFM. As the dive cut through Meaty, does not do anything with the gravitational pull, but the Drake is here, and all members down. Not in time, and this series will be closed out as the final Nexus on the side of TSSFM goes down. It will be a 4-2 victory for DG.
Oh man, wow, what a match here. The last 2 matches were especially exciting for me. We saw some very unconventional plays coming through from the side of DG, and they pulled it off magnificently. Excellent teamwork. Like we said, the strategy was there and everybody on the team was on it. Henji's Lover for the second time was playing the ADC jungler, and they pulled that one off fantastically. Previously, we had seen the Raz being a very effective player on the team, but this time, in the hands of TFSM, it just wasn't nearly enough. Now, very unfortunate for TFSM. They still put up a really excellent show tonight, but the last 2 games, they just got outwitted by DG. Maybe next time they will learn the lesson and play DG again and win them this time. But, that will be in the future. For now, congratulations, DG.
So we have decided our 3rd place team for the European Summer League. That will be that Faringa picking up the 3rd place spot. Elendor Ghost Nuts. I think that needs to be the title of this match. Oh my god, Elendor just closed it out with an explosive performance there. A triple kill, no chance to come back at all for the side of TFSFM. Oh boy.
Raz actually does quite well as well there. He deals a lot of damage there, but again, I wonder where all that damage went to. Someone was taking it all, and it looks like this time it was Meaty on that Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix didn't have a lot of deaths either, but takes up so much damage. And of course, in the last fight over there, he just went ruthlessly underneath that tower. And also hats off to Kirito on that D-Rack, because he actually used the Genesis barrier. I don't know if this was just a coincidence or he actually planned it, but he used the Genesis barrier to first take down the first tier tower, right? And he used it so that the minions could stay quite healthy. And then they went to have now an ability to take down the second tower, and then this time he just unleashes the blast directly onto an unsuspecting Laville, and Laville gets out of the fight in a blink.
Oh, absolutely. The only chance they had at beating that was taking out the Laville and just eliminating the damage dealing factor of the side of TFSFM. And they do that in a blink of an eye. In the snap of their fingers, Laville was gone off the Antares battlefield, never to be seen again. And with him, the hopes and dreams of TFSFM for a third place spot in this tournament. Congratulations to DG and well,
of course, we were just joking about never to be seen again. Laville is still very much welcome in the Antares battlefield. So yeah, if you didn't know, we were just joking, just to say that. But anyway, this was Nihi and Toka casting for the Bronze League match. I think we have a finals coming up, gold medal match. Toka, do you want to tell us about that and when the viewers should be tuning in?
Oh, absolutely. Do be awaiting the grand final of the Arena of Valor EU Summer League. That will be between AMK Team and Hengis Isgard on the 5th of August at 4 p.m. noon CEST time. That is Central European summertime, I think. That is what it is. And make sure to tune in down the 5th of August, 4 p.m. CEST time. A very exciting matchup between our two strongest teams in this tournament.
Definitely something that you must not miss. Well, that is it for today. Thank you to our sponsors. It's going to be Teamy and Trovo for providing the excellent prizing this tournament, and also to our producing team here, Shadowblade, Cutspell, and all the casters that were participating today, as well as all the players and viewers who came out to enjoy to make this event possible. Thank you so much, and this is us signing out for today.
Behold, the silent death is here. Heroes to conquer, dressed in fear. Don't make a sound, don't let him hear. Cause if you're found, then you'll be disappear. I'm coming for glory. This is the only way to be. You've heard all my stories, you know it's in my destiny. No pain, no love, it's a long game, focus. Dive into war, be the soldier, no difficulty can hold us. Keep looking out for the danger, even from things that we seem to love. Just with a snap of my fingers, enemy turn to dust.
Now keep them coming, keep them knocking my door. It's the bloodshed that leaves me hungry for more. Always ready for war, feasting on the applause. Cause victory is written into my core. So come on,
now bring it on. I've been waiting for too long. My rage is growing stronger than a storm.
so come on. Can you feel it now? This is what I'm talking about. The craving sound inside my mind for days and hours. I say it loud, say it proud.
I got my dreams in me. Here come the killing spree. Can't be defeated, cause I am believing. Let victory make history.
violent cut, the violent rush. Even lights get shut with the direct touch. I need no luck, cause I'm the one, and this is my winning song. So come on, now bring it on. I've been waiting for too long. My rage is growing stronger than a storm. So come on, can you feel it now? This is what I'm talking about. The craving sound inside my mind for days and hours. Say it loud, say it proud. I got a dreams in me. Here comes the killing spree. Can't be defeated, cause I am believed in. Let victory make history. I got my dreams in me. Here comes the killing spree. Can't be defeated, cause I am believed in. Let victory make history, yeah.
You can't stop me!
You lost.
You are the one who's losing. Time is up. You'll see the fate of Athador. Let's welcome the arrival of God.
Ultimate. Onslaught. Aim. Fire. Dominating. Legendary. 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 Your team has destroyed a tower. Double kill. Legendary.
Hello everyone, we welcome you to our very first European Summer League, organized for the game Arena of Valor. I am Toka, and I will introduce you to the tournament schedule. The tournament consists of two stages, the group stage and the playoffs. The group stage will take place on the 90th, 20th, 23rd, and 24th of July. The quarterfinals on the 26th and 27th of July. The semi-finals will happen on the 29th and the 30th of July. The match for the third place will happen on the 2nd of August. The grand final will take place on the 5th of August. Let us now take a closer look. The group stage consists of 8 groups, each with 4 teams. Every group will have its own time slot. On every group stage day, 2 groups will play. The tournament time zone is the Central European Summer Time, UTC +2. Group A plays on day 1 in the morning while Group B plays in the evening. Each group plays according to the following schedule. Team 1 will play against Team 2, Team 3 will then play Team 4, then Team 1 will play Team 3, Team 2 will then go up against Team 4, Team 1 will finish off their day by playing Team 4, and finally Team 2 will play Team 3, where the numbers indicate the team number in the group. Every slot has a scheduled time of 4.5 hours with a 30 minutes break. Then Groups D will play in the same schedules respectively as the previous groups on day 2 and so on. The rules in this stage is a single round robin, and every win grants 1 point, losing will earn 0 points. In addition, the scores of each team will be taken into account. The scores will be averaged for each team from every match and summed up. This average score will be the second factor to determine the position in the group. From every group, the top 1 team will advance into the quarterfinals. Starting from the quarterfinals, things will get a lot more intense. The quarterfinal uses the best-of-5 format and is played in the single elimination bracket with global ban pick rules. Now, on the 26th of July, the top team from Group A will play against the winner of Group C in the morning. Then the top team from Group B will play against the winner of Group D in the evening. On the 27th of July, the top team from Group E will play against the winner of Group G in the morning. Then the winner of Group F will play against the top team from Group H in the evening. The winning team